record on this computer. Right, it is 7:04. We're in Chicago. Can you hear my fan, by the way? Just double checking.
Probably can hear mine.
Barry's background noise is more, so.
No, you're all pretty good, I think. I mean, I'm listening on speakers right now. Your camera just disappeared, Barry, just so you know.
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, I saw me disappearing.
Okay, so recap time. Who would like to recap last week's game of Chicago?
I think the picture looks a lot better myself.
I'd rather see your expressions, Barry. I like to see your acting and your chemistry with the other players. So if that's possible, that's my personal preference. I'm just voting. I get 5 votes because I'm the DM, though.
Are you going to go say something first, Barry? Because I just watched it. So
No. I have nothing to say. Okay, so any matter.
We interrogated Six Money by taking him to the Tremors, and they've helped out there. Then, from Belladonna's perspective, she went to her place and built a fountain.
Right.
And then the last thing I remember her doing was calling up the wolf pack.
Right. Calling up the wolf pack. Right. And you spoke to Perez and Randy just a little bit there.
Randy. He hasn't got a nickname.
Now, for your knowledge, it's probably important that I tell you now, because I'm not sure. I wasn't sure whether Joe was going to be in tonight or not. He did send me a message basically explaining that he's going to stop in this game because he's prepping another game that he's DMing. So that's sad, and I'm going to miss him. It was expected. It was going to happen. We knew it was going to happen sooner or later, but here, this is it. So sad to say goodbye to Joe, but I think we've got 3 stable players here. So if you guys, I will start to...
I'm Arcadian. I'm not that stable. I'm really not.
Right. And I have to admit, it's been difficult to try and shape a game around a group of players that continually is changing. If you've got a stable group of players, you can actually design something and make something happen. And so we've had this evolving thing. It's a bit like a fireball in a train crash.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get on with this because Modi's making me nervous.
Hi.
So where are we? Who's recapping? Well, I guess Bodhi can't recap. He's in character unless he wants to do a recap on the telephone to Nosferatu upstairs per se.
No, I feel like I did that at the end of the last session.
Right. Okay, in that case, Charlie, give us a recap.
I already did.
You already did. Okay.
Well, are you right that's now? From Val's perspective. She has just woken up and made that phone call.
Right.
She's going to go downstairs and have a chat to Zora and like mindlessly hold a piece of rose quartz while she's like thinking of Randy.
All right.
Yeah. And like talking to Zora.
All right. Okay. You get a text message from Randy to say that we're going to be in tomorrow night, late. I'm going to crash at your house.
I dropped the crystal. Okay. All right, then I pick it up and then dust it off.
Okay.
Put it back.
Cool. Barry. Chase.
Yes.
You wake up. Where do you wake up?
I wake up.
Are you still squatting at the mansion?
Yeah. Until somebody tells me
to fuck off. Basically, you're going to stay there, aren't you?
Yeah.
Okay, I can see what's going to happen here.
Although,
I'm making plans.
If it is for sale, we could totally buy it. Like it's awesome. And
everybody. Well, eventually you come into contact with all of what's his name? Oh, fuck, what is this character's name? I've already forgotten.
Is it Joe? Lawrence.
Vincent. It was Vincent. Eventually, you're going to come into contact with each of Vincent's NPC characters, the various retainers.
Yeah.
Vincent is the most important one, really. And if you talk to him, you want to talk to him now?
Yeah.
He's around?
Yeah.
So he comes in, he says, "Sir, I believe you asked to speak to me."
Yes.
Is it Benson?
This is Benson.
I have a question, Benson.
Of course. How can I assist?
Your master has been taken away.
I understand that, sir. Bit
What
concerned.
What will you be doing?
Well, sir, I'm waiting for some sort of final results. I haven't been given any clear information from the prince's retainers so far, sir. And I do have the numbers and details. Through Secure Corp. You are aware of that company, no doubt.
Yes, I am aware of that company.
Yes.
Have you got in touch with Vincent's people and told them the situation?
Of course, sir. They are well aware of the situation. Those that need to know, know. Those that do not need to know, do not need to know, and they do not know, sir.
And may one know the reaction of those people?
Stunned silence, quietude, fear, perhaps, concern, fear for their futures. Some of them have scuttled and run. Several of the companies have already collapsed.
Oh.
We're trying to keep the news under wraps, of course. They believe that he is currently in hospital, those that ever needed to know. But to be fair, sir, the master of this household, it was over 100 years old. He was used to playing the ruse, so to speak. He did not exist on paper.
So he could be playing the ruse.
Well, the ruse in this case is that he was pretending to be a human so that he may own and purchase things. In fact, all of this was done in my name.
Uh-huh. Would his people like him to continue their plan? Whatever that may be.
Is that, sir?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking you. Were you brought here for a reason specifically that I can't know about yet?
Oh, I see, sir. We were brought here with our master, Vincent. In fact, we were sent ahead to clean up the mansion and tidy up the house and do some research, provide various bits of information, set up new bank accounts, purchase assets in advance, so on and so forth. And when we had done that, we sent for him, and he arrived perhaps 2 months after we had already laid the groundwork for his arrival. He was coming from London, sent on behalf of his sire, I believe, sent him here to work for and with your Prince Loden, I believe, was the fellow's name. I've not met him, so I have no idea. That's the name that rings in my mind. And the job had to do with fighting against the Sabbat. And I believe that it did involve you. Your name came up a few times, sir, as a old and well considered friend, perhaps. Yes.
Yes. So what happens to all of this now he's not here?
Well, sir, I believe currently it's being decided by Loden's people whether they will repossess it themselves. I see that is quite likely what they're going to try and do.
Then you will go back to England, correct?
At which point, sir, I'm not sure exactly what I will do.
Well,
if that was to happen. Otherwise, I'm hoping in the best case possible scenario, sir, the assets of this household will be perhaps put into my name, and then I will be able to continue operating on his behalf, and perhaps I would be able to obtain future drafts of life's own vitae, he says, coming out quite dramatically to you and in honesty. You can see the nerves and fear in his eyes.
So
there are some among us who would welcome a future a life with blood.
Ah, you do realize I'm as poor as sin.
Not if you had these assets, so.
Definitely not. How would one go about
Obtaining them.
yes, these assets? He's trying to be as polite as possible.
Well, sir, I would suggest one would make some sort of claim to them.
Let us sit about that.
I don't know who one would claim it from, but make a claim. Put your name forward. You do have your own, you live here, this is your place of residence, and you
Yes.
are the highest ranking member of the kindred society that lives in this house.
And I suppose I would make that claim to Loden, wouldn't I?
I would suggest that you ask your elders and friends.
Okay. All right. Leave it with me. I
Yes.
will be back.
Good.
Right.
Good luck.
Good luck.
And off you go. Into the night.
Okay.
Now, let me check something.
All right.
Bodhi.
Yes.
Raph, where are
Yes.
you right now?
In the sewers.
Uh-huh.
I have a meeting with the Juggler at
Right.
the Rose Garden.
Right, and at what time is that?
My notes just say tomorrow night.
Right. Okay, well, let's metagame for a moment because I have a schedule. And according to my schedule, it is Thursday night presently. That you've just woken up on a Thursday night.
Wait, but there's a drop next Thursday. Oh, that's next.
That's
We decided that was the week after.
the week
Sex
after?
Money gave us a drop location Thursday at the park,
Right. So yeah, a week till then.
but that's not this Thursday night.
Not
That's
this
next
Thursday night.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think the Juggler and Raph decided on a time.
Okay. All right, so let's call it. Tell you what time would you like it to be? When would you like the meeting to be? First or later?
First.
First, we just can do it now. Excellent. Okay, so have you been to the Rose Garden before? Have you played a scene there with any characters with Shannon? I think you played a scene there with Shannon, didn't you?
Remind me what the Rose Garden is. It's a
Rose
nightclub.
Garden- It's a nightclub in Gary where they lock the doors every hour for about 10 minutes so vampires can feed.
I have not been there.
You've not been there? You didn't play Shannon there? Okay.
I don't think so.
All right, well, that's about all you know about this place then. The Rose Garden is a nightclub in Gary where every hour that it's open at nighttime, they lock the doors every hour and the vampires feed. And those that are allowed in there are vetted over a period of time. There are a couple of other smaller nightclubs who give these people like VIP cards so they can get in here at all. Otherwise, they're just sent away. Like normal people can't get in. The place is frequented by anarchs. That is also a known fact that as a Nosferatu you would be very aware of. How long have you're pretty new to Chicago, so your Chicago lore is a bit vague, I expect. But you are Nos, and your clan do look out for each other, so you might know a few things. Tony Perez, do you know who Tony Perez is or was? Tony Perez is the ex-Nosferatu vampire that was on this coterie. Tony Perez was created by your sire, Jurgis.
Oh.
And he was killed.
Mm-hmm.
Tony Perez's body was turned to ash and given to the coterie in an urn. The urn was then taken to, at some point, it was taken to
Capone.
Al Capone's ranch, his house, and given to Capone, who smashed it and destroyed it on the floor outside of his house. And he and his people stamped the dust into the earth.
And Mercy also had a little baggie given to her by Caitlin's
true.
character,
Right.
but she was going to snort. But then she ended up giving back to the Nosferatu.
Did she gave that bag back to the Nos? Okay, so then in that case, you know that your sire also maintains a bag of Tony's ashes.
A little cooking bag.
You've seen it. You've seen the last vampire created by your sire. His ashes still exist, so at least a tiny dot of them do.
Do I know who Al Capone is?
You're absolutely aware of Al Capone is. Al Capone is one of the prince's foremost generals, bodyguards, and enforcers. He's not an actual Archon, but he acts like he is one. And there's a couple of other vampires in the city that have the same kind of status as he does. One of them is Horatio Ballard, who is pretty much Capone's opposite side.
Who runs the cave?
Who runs the cave?
Who runs the pizza place?
Yeah, that's right.
Do I know who killed Tony?
Do you know who killed Tony? Out of game. Do you guys remember anything about who killed Tony specifically? Because you weren't there, were you?
We were told that the juggler gave him to us in there, and we were told that much. Don't know if he got killed by him or not.
Right.
Would you like to know a secret?
Yeah.
Like, don't worry, it's not like this never happened. It won't ever come to pass. Basically, everyone had gathered together in the coterie. We were going to kill Tony Perez ourselves. If he had turned up that session, we were going to kill him. Being that he was the vampire, we would kill Gary because he was a traitor.
Oh. The plot
and
thickens.
Russell didn't know that either.
I had suspicions about that. I had heard stories of this little plot, which is interesting. I wonder what would have happened in that case and where you would be sitting opposite Bodhi right now. Or at least opposite Raph.
I have no idea.
Okay, so Raph, you head down to Gary and you get to the district wherein the nightclub, the Rose Garden, sits wedged in amongst some derelict factories and some old turned up signs. The rust belt just rips through this place, and this particular nightclub seems to just embrace it. It takes that vibe and turns the volume up to 11. There are people outside the front of it. I'm going to assume that you park the vehicle somewhere and you go on foot to have a closer look, but from a distance, perhaps.
Yeah.
Because that's what I would do. But tell me if you know.
Yeah, I think I have a hog or something, didn't I? Have a or something.
Right. You have a motorcycle, don't you?
Yeah.
Didn't that have something to do with Terrace, or did Terrace was like?
Oh no, I think I mean I may have had a motorbike down in Mexico, but I think I picked another one up here because I drove the van up.
Right. Okay.
And I don't think the bike fits in the van.
Right.
Yeah,
but
so
you're
I
on the
take
bike
helmet
now.
off. Yep. Hang it up. And
now, are you using Mask of 1,000 Faces, or are you, because you're driving vehicles and things, it's difficult to just obfuscate and have an, you know?
Right. So that's why I have the motorbike. It's a tinted helmet, black with full leathers.
Right. Good excuse.
In this particular case, do I have a sense of if this club is fine with me just rocking up?
With a helmet on?
If I'm, well, no, I mean, as a Nosferatu. Otherwise, I might obfuscate and find a back entrance or something.
Right. Well, in your time of research, driving around the place and looking, you've seen that there is a back entrance. It is quite small and hard to see, actually, and it seems to be guarded. And you suspect that it's more heavily guarded than it looks.
Mm-hmm.
There's also a vehicle entrance too, but that is quite guarded.
Yeah.
Out the front, just so now start again. You are on foot, right?
After I've parked my bike.
After you parked your bike, and say you park your bike maybe 2 blocks away, something like that.
Yep.
Okay. You go past a bunch of various gangbangers that are moving down the street in one direction. Opposite you, you're sort of going against the flow, but you could potentially use your obfuscate to step between them and not be seen if you wanted to, or you could just be whoever you want to be and move through there.
All right. Well, yeah, I park up, and when I see there's other people around
Yeah.
that aren't necessarily in the know,
Yeah.
I do want to activate Mask of 1,000 Faces.
Okay.
If I get 1 success, though, it says it doesn't work that well. So depending on what I get,
Okay.
so
Right.
I roll.
Let's have a go.
It says manipulation and acting,
Right.
which I don't think I put many points into that. Which is, I guess,
And
performance.
Acting is performance. Yeah. Incidentally, I found another vampire character sheet on Roll20 that we could potentially use, but I couldn't work out how it all worked. So
Yeah, I don't have very high of either of those.
Okay, what did you roll?
Oh,
Let's
I
see.
got 1 success. So it says people could still pick you out of a police lineup,
Right.
which
Okay,
says
well-
to me I still look a bit monstrous.
Yeah, well, I think the thing is too, like, it's about being specific. So, like, if the case is people could pick you out of a police lineup, then you've kind of failed at looking different from yourself. Are you
Yeah.
trying to look different from yourself, or are you trying to look specifically like somebody else? Those are 2 different goals. Do you know what I mean? And
Trying to look human.
human, specifically human,
Yeah.
right? Okay,
So
so,
I think it doesn't
that makes sense. That you still look
really
quite
work.
monstrous. Yeah, makes sense.
Oh,
Okay, so are you aware of this fact? I guess you can look in the mirror on the bike,
yeah,
and you're like, "Oh, fuck."
like I don't have this thing down yet.
Right.
Um,
Okay.
I mean, can I just like stick to the shadows? And
Yeah. What level obfuscate do you have right now?
I have 3 in obfuscate, but I put most of my attributes and abilities into the invisible one.
Right. Level 3 is that's Mask of 1,000 Faces, isn't it?
Yeah,
Level 2 allows you to obfuscate and move.
yeah, exactly. Unseen presence.
Right. So you should be able to do that. I mean, if you just want to move past these people.
Well, I feel like when I get to the door, I'm going to need to reveal myself anyway. So can I just kind of go on the other side of the road and avoid them a bit?
Yep. Okay. No worries. You can do that.
I look a little bit different.
I'm sorry, I'm being a little bit micro
No, it's
investigatory. I'm
legit.
trying to
Legit. Yeah.
check out how you do things. What's your modus operandi going to be as Raf?
Yeah, I think Raph does use unseen presence a lot more than mask. Like
Right.
I said, my mask attributes and abilities are very low, and I only have 3, so I feel like they might have like only learned it recently or something.
Right. That makes sense. Okay, so you move down this block, and there's more people. A couple of cars go past. You kind of get the impression that the people here very much appreciate car culture, and they drive past in a little parade of 3 or 4 cars together, cheering. And oddly enough, they actually pull out guns and fire them into the air on the street. And they just
Yep.
go around the people pop their heads out and pop their heads back in again from places, and mostly people are kind of scared, but there's a group of them are quite celebratory about this in any case. And they drive around and they park up around the parking lot of the outside of the Rose Garden. Outside the front door, there are 2 large dogs on the ends of leashes. Those leashes are attached to individuals that clearly are security guards dressed as fake cops. Like, it's kind of like a cross between a cyberpunk outfit and a cop outfit. It's a little bit kinky and a little bit kind of functional. Can you make a perception and security check, please?
It's 5 successes.
5 successes. Not playing into your strengths at all here, are we? Okay. You see that they have flashlights that are carefully concealed tasers. In fact, they're not. They're like cattle prods. They're holding, and they're obviously armed as well. They have guns as well under their outfits, under their gear. They are far and beyond legitimate security forces for a nightclub. You also see that there are cameras outside the front. Yeah. There's a line, there's a queue that stretches down the block some way. There's a couple of people that just walk straight past that queue and walk straight up to the security at the front door, and they are admitted almost immediately by a fellow he's a bald fellow, large muscle-bound dude with a fishnet top, with metal stuff in his face all over him. He has a long black fluffy feather boa wrapped around his arms and shoulders that he clutches in his large ham of his left hand as he points directions and tells people what to do. He seems to be the head of security. He has a headset in his ear, like a little black earwig thing. Yeah, this is what you've noticed so far.
Cool. Yeah, I just follow one of the people, fall in line behind one of the people going up to that person.
All right.
And when they have a free moment, I go, hey, I'm Raph. I've got a meeting with the Juggler.
You say that to the dude?
Yeah.
The bald dude? Okay, you go up to him, and he looks at you, and he goes, huh. And he turns and looks back at you. He goes, you didn't check the mirror today, huh?
I can take the back door if that would make you feel more comfortable.
He punches you in the shoulder gently, and or playfully rather than gently, because it's not gentle. And he starts towards the door. He beckons you. You better get in here. You got 3 minutes.
I go in.
All right, you get inside, and you look around, and you can see this club is a cross between a nightclub and a fortress. There are various dens around the place. Upstairs seems to be the VIP section, and it is separated from the downstairs peasants by a extravagant staircase that wraps around the side of the building, made out of military pipes and metal, like air, you know that metal stuff they put on airstrips that has holes in it. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, it's very industrial, let's just say that much. There's cages hanging from the ceiling. There's a few pool tables in some rooms that you can see through some archways set back into the building further. And you can see a red door, and there's a short looking, very, very young looking black dude with a flat top standing by the back door, openly smoking what clearly is a doobie from here. Good looking kid there.
Did the person point me in that direction?
He points you towards the stairs, actually.
Yeah.
And at the bottom of the stairs, there's a security guard who he hands you off to. At that point, the security guard kind of looks you up and down and ushers you towards the top of the stairs. So you sort of clatter your way up and around. About this time, you hear the music stop for a moment and the lights change. And everybody stops in the middle of the dance floor in apprehension and fear. You can almost palpably smell the adrenaline and other aphrodisiacal type business going on in the atmosphere. As a vampire, it's very, very potent right now. What kind of hunger level are you at, do you think?
Is that my blood pool?
Yeah.
So I was at 15 and now I'm at 13.
13, okay, you're perfectly fine. Okay. A day has passed, so you've subtracted another blood pool point for that, I assume. Already?
Oh, I did that at the end of. I did that last session.
Last session. Cool. Thank you.
At the end of last session.
Choice. Okay. So you get to the top of the stairs, and the security guard has to do his own ID scan, like a optical corneal scan thing. Very advanced technology, 1999, I tell you. It's like the future. And the gate opens up into the top part of this fortress. And you come into this lounge. Beyond the lounge is a further lounge. It's all very dimly lit. There's some beautiful paintings into the second lounge that you go through. For some reason, I have this vision of you walking on this plush carpet, and you can feel yourself sinking into the plush carpet and leaving literal footprints in it as you cross the floor, which you may realize is a very clever device.
With my 5 security check.
Your 5 security check, yeah. More cameras. You see more cameras, and in the center of this room, there are 2 couches facing each other. There's a coffee table in the center that has a laptop plugged in on top of it. There is a large, what is this? 1999? Yeah, fuck it. There's a large 42-inch prototype type of screen nearby that is mirrored from the laptop. And along the walls of this room, red velvet curtains and art from the Renaissance in Europe, possibly some other places too. In any case, that's what you recognize, I expect. There's a few nice statues as well. A couple of steps down to where the couches are, the security guard is still with you, and he says, "My lord." And the fellow standing in the center with long blonde hair turns around. He's wearing a pink pastel suit with a white shirt with a broad collar. Here's a cigarette. He turns and he sees you and looks over to you. He has an appearance of 5.
Is that very, very attractive?
Very attractive. Humanly breaking point attractive.
Sorry,
Well,
I'm messing with my hair. I don't know if Raph has hair.
does Raph have hair?
I'm not sure.
Yeah. Hair is always a problem. Okay, well, this guy, he looks up at you as you come in. He says, "Greetings, my Nosferatu brethren, and how can I help you?"
Juggler, I am Raph. We spoke on the phone.
I believe we did speak on the phone briefly.
I look at the security guard. Are they within earshot?
The security guard is beckoned away when you look at him, and they leave, and they shut the door, and you hear this noticeable silence in this room when the door seals. It's not just a door, it's a secret door, but it's a huge panel, and the whole wall just slides across. It goes dump, and then you can hear this compression, and then the dullness of the sound inside this room. So, it's just you and me.
Was the information about Stones and Dog solid?
Out of game? The information about the what?
Stones and Dog were the 2 people that
Right.
Sex Money said were
Right.
Sabat, who had infiltrated the Anarchs.
Right.
And so I told the Juggler last night on our phone call,
Right.
and the Juggler said if I was fucking with them that there
Right.
would be consequences.
Right. Well, he says, well, if you're interested, you can meet them, but I don't know whether you might have the stomach for that.
I worked with the Anarchs and Tyrus's Gangrel wolf pack down in Chiapas,
Oh, yeah?
driving out the Sabat.
So you're a tough guy, huh?
I I'm useful.
He looks you up and down. Well, you are Nosferatu, and that does speak volumes for itself. You are possibly the most trustworthy and humane clan among all of us. And for that, I commend you and your brethren for your work. If there's a way in which we can work together, I guarantee you I would like to foster it.
You flatter us. I'm currently working with the Chicago Queen Coterie.
I know them, yes.
Yes, Loden did ask.
May I ask you a quick question?
Yes.
Has the size of the coterie changed?
I heard there was one more just before I arrived. A Ventru, I believe, who's missing.
Ventru is missing now? You're talking about Vincent?
I believe if he's the one who owns the big mansion, the manor.
Interesting. Well, I didn't trust him anyway.
Did you foresee this happening?
Well, the Chicago Queen Coterie has turned over quite a lot in the last 6 months, I can tell you. I don't even think they've been around for 6 months. They might have been around for 6 weeks.
That doesn't bode well for me. We'll hope this will be over soon. Yes, I don't like working with or for Loden, but my interest right now is driving the Sabbat out.
Well, I will share this with you, my friend, and that is that I suspect there are Sabbat here in Gary, and if there's any way I can cooperate in assisting you, rooting those fuckers out, I will.
Oh, out of game. That water tank, that was in Gary, right?
Yes, it was.
I thought so.
And you've got a rat there right now, I believe.
My rat's hanging out.
There's also somebody's guard is there, I think. Oh, no, it's Vincenzi was left there. So that's going to be interesting. Okay.
Yeah, they were using this water tank. I give him the location to meet, but I believe once they realize that sex money is missing, that's a person, was a kindred, they might realize it's been compromised.
Right. So your meeting place might be compromised. There is one thing they might do. You should check it out because in my experience, when places get compromised, for example, if I had a particular location that I believed was compromised, I would not let anybody know that I knew that it was compromised, and I would continue pretending to perform business as usual. If you had very few leads, that might be the best you could come up with.
Yes, I have eyes on the location. We were told the meetings were monthly, so...
I see. They will probably try and use that to set a trap.
Other than driving the Sabbat out of... Wait, the Rose Garden's in Gary, right?
Yes, it is.
Yep. Other than trying to drive the Sabbat out of Gary, what aspirations do you have for the Anarchs here?
Well, it's not really for me to have aspirations for the Anarchs. You see, that kind of goes counterintuitive to how it works. See, property is theft, and I certainly wouldn't want to control anybody else's take on things. My personal perception is what I would like to do is create a safe haven for anybody who wants to consider their stance. Anybody that was perhaps, say, created as a vampire in Chicago under the heavy wings of the Camarilla, that they might decide to take a step across the state line into Indiana here in Gary. They will find themselves with shelter and counsel and information that might not be available to a Camarilla vampire born and bred under the strictures of Prince Loden and his cronies.
But you have a prince here too who claims Gary as his own.
You're right. You got me. I'm a hypocrite. You've got me there.
Well, I
then
didn't
I'm-
say you're a hypocrite. I don't know what your relationship with the prince here is, or
Let me ask you a question. He leans in and lights another cigarette. If you were to come to Gary looking to set some shit up, business, I don't know, helicopter fucking pad, I don't know, would you ask me or would you go to the prince? And if you did so, would you do it out of courtesy? Or would you do it because you thought you might get some kind of protection, care, interest, become part of some bigger plan that you could invest in, that you could build towards, that might help other people, other vampires, anarchs, become part of a network?
me personally, I would come to you, fuck the prince.
Right. That's it. Seems to me a self-evident question.
So he's more of a mannequin.
I would say a figurehead is a good term. Mannequin, yeah, sure. He's there to placate our friend Loden, who destroyed his career about 70 years ago with a conclave that he called from Europe, where he set the man up. And he destroyed him. He destroyed the unions. By destroying the unions, he destroyed Gary and consequently half of America.
Loden did all that.
Loden did all that to make a point that no one was going to encroach on the city of Chicago.
Can you introduce me to the anarchs of Chicago?
Sure, I can do that.
Is there
I
anything?
have to get to trust you first, though,
Yes.
because that goes two ways. So
Is
why don't
there
you come back
anything-
here a couple more times, and I'll introduce you to people each time you come. We can make some dates. How does that sound? Bring your
Yes.
friends. I mean, you're here with the Chicago Queen Coterie, and I got to be honest with you. It seems to me that your coterie make better anarchs than they do sycophants.
Oh, interesting. What do you know about them?
Well, you recently had among your ranks a fellow, what was his name? Rode motorcycles, hung out with Hank Cave. Well, I'll tell you now, Hank Cave is one of us. Hank Cave is a born and bred anarch, and so are his closest friends. The Blue Moon coffee house over in the Loop, north of the Loop. I haven't been there for a long time, you have to understand. The Blue Moon Coffee House is where he hangs out, and he and his friends, they make their plans. And sometimes they come here and hang out with us, and we all talk about collaborating. How does that sound? And don't you go telling Prince Loden I said that, because that could cause all kinds of riffraff trouble.
I
Come
tell
on,
Prince
down here,
Loden
the baseball
as
guys.
little as possible.
Excellent. Well,
Is there anything I can do for you?
anything you can do to me, you can keep me aware of and otherwise bring me into the fold of your Chicago Queen Coterie and any other functional coteries or security, shall we say, enterprises that Prince Loden tends to utilize or mobilize. Because it seems to me that in the past, if I was to follow a trend, Prince Loden, our dear Prince Loden, has over time, over the last 100 years or more, demonstrated that every time he puts together some little coterie, like the one you're presently part of, its function ultimately and always results and ends in the persecution of anarchs.
Makes sense. Run the Sabbat out, find the strongest coterie, the strongest kindred, and then turn on the anarchs.
Right.
I won't let that happen here.
So you are aware of the Archon Terrace?
That's the gangrel, right? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I don't know. I kind of like the guy personally. I met him a couple of times back in the 70s, and he came in here a few times when we sat down and talked. You can see on that table right there, he points to the monitor on the screen where the security cameras are displaying. We sat right there and talked. But the thing is, we are on different sides of the fence. I come from an anarch background. I can't get away from that. There's a whole history behind that. And he is a born and bred member of the Camarilla, and there's no way getting around that neither. In any case, we came to a kind of a standstill where we agreed on one thing. We would work together on the subject of the Sabbat.
Would you want to get away from that, your background?
Would I want it? If I wanted to, I would just disappear. Trust me, I could disappear like that. I could wake up tomorrow and be anybody, so I'm okay with that. But your friend Turris, on the other hand, is the one you want to be concerned about. His mind is not quite so free.
Unfortunate. Well, I believe my 3 minutes is up. It was a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you too. I look forward to see you come back, and as I say, bring your friends.
I will. Thank you.
Good night.
I do want to, as I head out, use unseen presence.
Okay. All right. So you head out. Chase.
Making an appointment with Loden.
All right. You have made an appointment with Loden, and you are on your way there if you wish to be. Happens to have an early slot this evening. It's one of those days. You're on your way there. Charlie, what are you doing?
Oh,
You
I
happen to be going to see Loden as well, do you? That'd be convenient.
no. Actually, kind of the opposite. I was gonna call Chase.
Oh, you're going to call
But
Chase. Well, Chase, you're on your way when your phone rings.
I can't hear you. You are muted. Still can't hear you.
There he is.
Sorry, boss, I muted me. Are you still there?
You're there. We're here. We can hear you. Speak,
No.
man.
I'm talking to the boss now.
Hi.
Yep.
How's it going?
I'm gonna see Loden. I have an idea, and I
Well-
hope it works.
When do you think you'll be done?
Oh, as soon as he says yes or no, or go fuck yourself. One of the two.
Okay.
Yep.
So I don't alert him or anything. I feel like Chase is not very good at keeping his composure. So I'm just gonna say, call me back after you've had that meeting, and then I'm gonna go to Inyanga's.
Okay. I'll give you a call back.
Okay, bye.
All right, cool. So, Charlie, what are you doing?
I'm going to Inyanga's. I'm
You're on
gonna
your way
bring
to
one of the dream catchers.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Very good. You're on your way to Inyanga's. Barry, you get to the Sears Tower, and you go into the security room and up into the lift, and whoosh, you get to the 110th floor of the Sears Tower. The doors open. Woof.
Okay.
There's lovely elevator music. Do 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 do.
Say hi to Frankie for me.
Is Frankie there?
Frankie's there.
Hey, Frankie. How you doing?
Hey, you are. I remember the
Chase.
lady that you normally come with here. Her name is. Wait a minute. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so what's your name?
My name's Chase.
Oh, you're Chase. You're Chase. Oh, right. I heard about you.
I don't blame you. She's prettier than I am.
No, it's fine. Just gotta put your bags here. If you'll just sign
Okay.
in the books.
Okay. Thank you. Okay.
Okay, step through here, please, sir. Put your feet here and your hands on the sides of the detector.
Yeah.
Good. It's going to be a little loud for a second. Thank you very much, sir. We can take you through to the processing room. Takes you through. Get to sit on a couch. 10 minutes pass. Charlie, you're traveling.
Yep. In my hippie van.
Brum, 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 brum. And you are going to Inyangas, okay.
That's right, I am.
All right.
I didn't call her or anything. It's not like the first instinct for me. Pick up a phone. Anyway.
Okay. You get to Inyanga's house. You go up the stairs, up the front of her very cheerful looking 3-story Chicago brick cottage. And you get to the door and you knock, and just as you're about to knock, the door opens and Inyanga stands in front of you. Well, look here who we have found at my very door that you've come. Come inside.
Yes.
Why don't you come inside? And
I will come inside. How did you know I was coming here? I did not even call.
Well, you see, there's a very simple trick. I can teach it to you if you want to. So open your eyes and look out of the window of your house, and you will see people approaching your house sometimes. It is a good idea.
Okay, I'll
I
do
ever
that.
tell you about the time when I was still back in Africa and I was taught how to transform into a cat?
I mean, if you could teach me to teach.
Anyway, what are you here for today?
Okay, please take a seat.
You want me to sit down now in my own house? You're telling me to sit down.
Well, yes, I'm worried about you.
You're worried about me? Whatever for are you worried about me for?
I mean,
Well,
you use a cane, so I'm just a bit worried. So please take a seat, okay? I care. Anyway, the Wolfpack are coming back.
yes, I have heard
tomorrow
this
night.
already. This news, they are coming. They are presently in some small town called Daytona.
Daytona. Okay.
That is where they called me from just 25 minutes ago. I'm not sure where it is.
Well, would it be possible to maybe arrange a meeting with everyone?
Of course, I
What?
expect to do so, my very self, yes.
We could do that here, or
We could
be
do it here
okay,
if you
or-
wanted to do it here. Or there is another option that you should seriously be considering.
please don't say Gary.
No,
Oh,
not
thank
the-
goodness. I'm so used to Chase. That's his. Anyway,
You have not seen your broodmate Doyle for a long time now.
I have seen him. I saw him a few days ago.
A few days ago.
Yeah.
And
did.
Rosa, your broodmate Rosa has been complaining that she is always left with him. And it is only her who has
So-
to look after him.
So we should go to the ranch then.
I think that it would be a good idea if our entire clan.
Do you mind if
The
I
ranch.
bring the coterie as well? There's something we have to talk
the
about.
Chicago Queen Coterie to this meeting. Something you want to talk about? Well, it is within your rights if you wish to demand that you have a important camarilla business you want to bring before the elder of the Gangrel at the time.
Yeah.
Very well.
Yeah, I'm gonna be busy later. There's something I have to do, and then, but yeah, tomorrow night. Apparently they're coming in late. We'll get everyone together. The coder as well. There is something we really need to talk about. It's
Right.
got a lot to do with Gus, and in
Gus.
part, it's got a little bit to do with Gus.
All right. Well, that is very interesting.
Hmm.
Very interesting. Okay. Right. So, Barry,
Yes.
a guard steps out of Loden's office and walks down the hall to you and gives you the beckon, and his gold watch flashes in the pretentious corporate lighting of the office.
Okay.
And you, I assume, get up
Yes.
and follow him to the door of the
Yes.
princess'
Yes.
room. Right. Well, you go inside and they shut the door behind you, and Prince Loden is currently standing by a window looking out over the city from the 110th floor. It's quite a vast window on this side of the office. You can see it's obviously very thick glass, multi-layered and reinforced. And he turns to you when you come in. I see. You seem to come here a lot, don't you? I seem to find every second day or so I am in the presence of this Chase Hamilton. Interesting. How can I be of service to you?
I have an idea and I want to put it past you, my prince.
I am not usually one to put ideas past, but
I want to get your permission, is the word I'm looking for.
I see. My permission. This must be very interesting then. Let's begin.
As you know, you have taken Vincent for various crimes, correct?
That is classified information and presently under discussion by Camarilla officials.
I don't need to know the details, but I would like
Yes.
to take control of his assets. In doing so, I would like to take control of his ghouls. And while I am...
You can have his ghouls on one condition, and that is if I need them for anything at any time, you must return them at least until I've done with them. As for his assets, you are currently living in his house, is that right?
Yes, sir.
You may continue living there until you find somewhere else, but I will eventually be selling that house.
Yes, sir.
I'll tell you what, you can have the chattels of the house if you wish. I'll give those to you. If you look after the house whilst you're squatting there, make sure nobody gets in there and breaks anything else.
Yes, sir.
Protect it, you can have the chattels.
Thank you. And
Anything
of course,
else?
anything I discover or find while I'm there, I will immediately let you know if it's really important.
What sort of thing are you thinking that you might discover in his house?
I have no idea, sir, but he has been taken away, so I am assuming he must have done something to be taken away for. I am Malkavian, but I'm not stupid.
Well, if you do discover anything in that house, I would be very interested to know what it was and how you discovered it and what its meaning.
All right. Yes, my prince.
Excellent.
As you wish.
Excellent. Answer me this question then. How is your work continuing with the Chicago Queen Coterie, or as I believe you have now called yourselves, what is this Minerva's Shield?
Minerva's Shield. Things are going well. Well, you already know the answer to that question, my prince.
I would not ask you a question if I knew all the answers. I must have some reason of asking you.
They are doing excellently and working very hard. And we are still following leads.
And as for your expenditures, have you begun?
We will be beginning, but we've been working hard, as you know, and we haven't had time to actually spend the money yet.
I see. I see. Well, interesting. If you need any assistance with that, of course you will speak with my child, Edward Neely.
Of course, my prince.
If you have questions of business and assets, etc., you may always speak with Edward. He is my eyes and ears on the ground, as it were, in a corporate sense.
Yes, I will only contact him for the most important stuff.
Oh no, please feel free to call him about anything. Mr. Neely, he is in charge of the Deli Plaza. If you have need of products or services, he will put you in the right direction, and he always finds time for his customers.
Good. Thank you, my friend.
He has a very good temperament, Mr. Neely, especially when he is in his element.
I see.
Now, perhaps you would like a tour of the rooftop. I was going up to inspect something. I called you here for a reason. Do you know that?
No, but I'd enjoy a tour of the rooftop, my friends.
And he takes you up to the rooftop, and you go through some corridors and up some stairs past some more guards. And you feel the wind buffeting you as you hit the roof of the building. And you notice very obviously you're very, very, very high up off the ground. And you can see the lake and the city around you, and you're basically the tallest point in the entire horizon in every direction. And here, sitting in front of you, is a helicopter.
What type?
Well, it's a small, light helicopter that is currently plastered with the Chicago News at 7 logo. You'll have to excuse me that I have just purchased this new asset. I will be changing the name of it, of course. It'll be becoming an asset of Secure Corp in the next day or two. But if you're interested, perhaps I am told that it is all gassed up and ready to go. If you'd like to try, we can fly it somewhere. What do you think? There is a small airport over there, Migway.
I would be honored, my prince.
And so out of game, short story long, you get to fly the prince about 5 miles, not very far, but
It's still flying. I
to
don't
an
care.
airport. Yeah. If you are down any willpower points, you can get one back.
Okay, all right. Am I?
Huh?
Am I down willpower points?
That's a good question. I don't know offhand. I'll have a look. Chase Hamilton. Willpower. Yeah, you were down 2 willpower. Now you're down 1.
Okay, great.
Cool. All right, and then the prince asks you to fly him back.
Yes.
You land back on the Sears Tower,
Yeah.
which you probably do need to make a check for.
Okay.
Now's the time to kill him. What?
If I kill him, I kill me as well.
Worth it.
If you fuck this up, everybody
greater
dies.
good.
It's the
The
end.
greater good.
We will just be playing on Sundays, I'm afraid.
The end then. What a good game. Real short and sweet.
Short and sweet. Okay, so we're gonna roll dexterity and
Drive.
I thought Russell had frozen, but he's just staring really intently.
Yeah, I'm looking at the list going through. I thought I had set up an actual skill for this, but I apparently
It would
haven't.
just be like a sub thing
Dexterity
sub thing
and
for
drive?
drive.
Yeah, it could be just an advanced driving check. I'll add some.
Absolutely.
I'm going to add some dots to that. You've got 4 in drive anyway, so that's a good start. We're going to put the difficulty up, but the dice up too. Woof! 5 successes.
Okay.
You do not You do not kill the prince accidentally landing on the Sears Tower.
Well, that would have solved all our problems.
You do not damage the Sears Tower's landing pad. You do not damage the helicopter. You do not freak out. You do not have voices in your head during the entire operation. You are quite sane while it's all happening.
Yeah.
And so the chopper comes to a standstill and you guys get out. Cool. Loden gets out of the helicopter, and as he does, he says, well, I thank you very much for that little joyride. Perhaps we can do it again sometime.
I look forward to it, my prince.
Very well. If you're interested in making some quick money, I will send you to fly it back to the airport at O'Hare, where it can be all stocked up and refueled.
All right, my prince. I would be more than honored.
I'll have Monsieur Daly organize the payment for you.
Okay.
And so you are now also tasked with the job of flying the chopper back to the airport, the other airport, the big airport, O'Hare Airport.
Yeah.
From which you will have to get a taxi or something.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Cool. All right, so you do that, you get out, you're in the taxi. What's everybody else doing? Because it must have been 2 hours have passed while that's all been going on.
I guess. Well, I was waiting for him to respond. Hanging out with the younger for a bit. Do I have Raf's number?
Do you have Raf's number, Raf?
I think I do, right?
Yeah, we exchanged numbers at the chantry.
Sorry, Nyanga. I need to make a quick call.
Oh, it is, of course. You must make your calls. Yes.
Okay. Thank you. I will go into another room and I'll call Raf.
All right. Raf, your phone rings.
Belladonna.
Raf, right? It is Raf.
Yes.
Okay, sweet.
Yes.
We told you about a warehouse, right?
Which warehouse?
I can't really say on the phone. Apparently, that's bad.
Yes.
I don't know. I really don't know.
Yes, the warehouse.
Can I meet you somewhere in Gary?
Sorry, can you say that again?
Could I meet you somewhere in Gary?
Yes, I'm actually in Gary right now. Where are you?
Oh, okay.
Or where do you want to meet?
Well, the only place I know is that nightclub.
The Rose Garden?
Oh, and the place of the prince. But
Let's not meet there.
No. Bad.
I'm a couple of blocks down from the Rose Garden right now. It's a bit rowdy. We could meet here or at the beach.
Oh, the beach sounds great. Yeah, that sounds really nice, actually.
I thought that might be a nicer environment.
Oh, out of game. Raf, just to play into that situation, quick history lesson. There was a time in which Tony Perez rented a house on the beach, which you guys, the party stayed in for at least a couple of days, if not a week or two.
Okay.
And I think that it's very likely that place is still under lease and currently controlled by the Nosferatu, and you may now have the key to it.
Oh, yeah. Tony's old house.
Who's Tony?
Oh wait, you haven't been there?
No.
I just got this voice in my head about. No, I give the address.
Okay.
There's a house here.
I'll meet you there as soon as I can. I'm currently in Chicago. It's so freaking loud here.
Here too. You hear just motor and gunshots.
You hear Nyanga.
Yeah, you can probably hear gunshots going off in the background of Raf's phone line.
Okay. I'll meet you there as soon as I can. It's probably gonna be over an hour.
No worries.
But that's because I'm in Chicago. Yeah. All right.
I'll see you then.
Bye.
We hung up at the same time.
Oh, sorry. I'll call back.
No.
Leave you hang up first.
Okay. Barry, you end up out of your situation. You're back in Chicago. You're in a taxi, traveling, can't hear you. Everything as usual.
I'm going to go to Vincent's place.
Okay. All right, you get to Vincent's house. When you get to Vincent's house, you notice that Vincenzi's car is parked there.
Yep, walk past it and go into could I put a taxi?
Okay, as you go into the hole in the wall, which is still there from where the truck ripped the wall open, you step inside and you see a flashlight kind of looking around inside here, and there's a figure at the other end. Are you being stealthy, or are you just coming in?
Now I'm being stealthy when I see a flashlight. Yeah.
Okay, so you're being stealthy now. Okay.
Take out my gun.
All right, so take out your gun.
Ah, you don't have that yet. Do you have it yet? Your second level of obfuscate? Did Raph end up teaching you? Or
No, we haven't
not yet?
gotten that far yet. We have
Oh,
Have a
plans.
play date.
Plans. Yeah.
You did
Okay,
a play date, yeah.
I'm gonna.
Ooh. Okay, at that point you trip over because you botched it. You rolled a 1.
Okay.
And you trip over on some rubble that you didn't know was there because it collapsed during the day.
Yep.
And you're like, fuck. And at that point the flashlight comes out on you and you can hear Vincenzi's voice. You put that goddamn gun down now, motherfucker. I'll blow you away. I will shoot you dead.
Vincenzi?
Who are you?
Doing here?
Who is that?
Chase.
Chase.
Yeah.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Oh. Lowers the gun. Flashlight in your face. Motherfucker, that is you. What the hell are you doing here?
Well, I live here now.
Oh, okay. You actually live in this place still.
Yes.
I thought it was deserted. I had no idea there was people here. I was just coming to look around. Actually, to be honest with you, I'm looking for Lawrence.
For Lawrence? What do you mean you're looking for Lawrence?
I haven't seen him. I haven't seen him. All
Have
day,
you
so-
been to the Chantry?
He looks at you and he doesn't say anything. He points the torch up the middle between you so that you both get scary faces from the lighting shadows.
Yeah, Vincenzi, apart from this being a great, effect to
Yeah.
scare anybody, what the hell? What do you mean? Have you lost him?
Well, I don't know where he is. So anyway, I'm just telling you that he's disappeared and I'm looking for him. So if you see the guy, tell me about it. And this is my phone number in case you lose it. Okay.
Okay. I'll get right on to that.
All right. Cool.
All right.
I would love to hear about it because I don't know what's going on. The problem with that whole Tremere thing, those guys at the Chantry house, is they're all very buddy with our good friend Lawrence, but they don't give a fucking damn about me. They don't want to talk to me, so I don't get to know anything. I have to rely on Lawrence to tell me things, and if he's not around to tell me for whatever reason because they've abducted him and sent him to fucking Uruguay, who the fuck knows? How am I supposed to survive? You'd think that people who are based around a whole clan of blood drinking fucking ritual doing motherfuckers would think about this kind of shit, wouldn't you?
Yeah. I know. Meantime, what are you doing with yourself now?
Oh, well, I'm just looking around.
Okay, now, can you wait for me? I've just got to go in and talk to the retainers in there. Or do you want to come in with me?
Yeah, I don't mind, whatever you want to do.
All right. Right, goes inside.
Just found a goddamn shopping list. Have you seen this? You wouldn't believe this. These people eat fucking avocado on toast.
Fortunately, me and avocado don't get along. So, all right. I look for what was his name?
Vincent?
What was it, Vincent?
Vincent.
Benson or whatever his name.
Oh,
was.
Benson. Benson. Okay, so eventually you find Benson, and Benson comes forward. Good evening, sir. You found us again.
Benson.
Yes, sir.
Apparently, I talked to the prince.
Oh, good.
We can keep this place for a time, and I tell him the area that the prince was talking about. Okay, but it's only for a short time.
I see.
I realize you have another problem. How many of you are there? Just you, or
Well, in total, and out of game, I would have to actually check that.
there's Julia, isn't there?
There's Julia, which you've already taken over.
Yeah.
There's Benson. I think there might be like, there's a ghoul dog,
Okay.
and maybe one other ghoul.
Okay. Well, now I've got to get you all together right here, right now.
Very well.
Yeah. In the lounge. You know the lounge?
They organize to do that. Some of them have to be woken up. And they gather together in the lounge. And they stand there, and the lady is yawning. Anyway,
Now,
it's all about.
you have a choice to make, all of you. All right?
Yes.
All right. Julia, you've already made the choice, so it's no problem there.
She adjusts her glasses.
Okay. It would seem he's not going to be back anytime soon. So, would you like to become my retainers?
They look at each other. Well, sir,
Until we can find something better.
as an option, that is very kind of you, sir, and I would appreciate it. However, I will say this, that our Domitor, his sire, whom we know, would make a most excellent and suitable choice.
So you want to go back to his sire?
Preferably. We've always been instructed, and if you forgive the expression, but we've been instructed to try and keep things inside of our family lines, if you like.
Understandable. I just offered because Vince is a friend of mine, and
So, my lord, is it time for us to leave the country then and head back to London?
if you wish,
Disband here?
yes. If he's left you enough money to do that, yes.
Well, we each have our own accounts, Julia goes, and he looks at Julia, and she looks back at him, and she goes, I do not have an account. He left
Okay.
me with nothing.
He left you with nothing. That son of a. I think. So, Julia, you still want to stay with me, or do you want to go with this lot? It's your choice. Don't worry, I keep losing ghouls, won't break my heart or anything. Well, I will miss you because I need somebody intelligent to be running businesses and stuff.
You know, I think I will stay here with you.
Okay. I'm highly honored. Thank you.
It is a choice I'm making right now.
Thank you.
She turns to the others and she says, I'm sorry, but I've seen the way that the clan Ventrue operates, and you have seen in me what they have done to me. This man, and she turns to your character, Chase.
Okay.
This man has shown more humanity in the last 2 weeks to all of us than we saw from our Domitor and from his broodmates and sire and their broodmates going back our entire lives. You know this to be true. They look at each other, and one of them says, yes, but what about the money? And she looks back at them and she says, it's not worth the money. There's no money that is worth this. There's nothing you can pay me to suffer these humiliations. No longer. Benson nods and he says, well, I wish you all the best. You will forgive me, but I seek security. And he says, I know where to go, and I have the times that we have been able to speak lucidly, Julia, I have enjoyed your company, if it is of any consolation. And he shakes her hand, and he leaves. And she says, well, I'm not surprised. He's an arrogant prick.
Now. Man's got to make a choice. All right. What about the rest of you going with him?
The group, the team divide in half. Like the mortal, the mortal staff divide in half. Half of them go with him, and the other half stay with Julia.
Okay.
And they join your team.
Okay. Which means I have now what?
Julia tells you, by the way, that they have been paid 1 month in advance. So for a month at least, you get a free security team.
Okay.
Who are they and what do they consist of? They're just pretty basic bodyguards, nothing very special. They're not like special ninja elite units or anything.
No, I didn't.
They're not even vampire ready. You know, only one of them is a ghoul, the rest of them are humans. Most of them have done a course and have some experience.
All right.
Okay.
All
A
right.
course in vampire
No, a course in security.
and security.
Yeah.
Julia, now we pretty much understand where everybody is.
Yeah.
We need to get a home of our own.
I agree, that's true. You were
All
talking about warehouses and things. I
Yes.
think based on my knowledge of what your situation is, you need to consult your coterie.
Yeah. I will do that when I get a chance to see them tonight.
I suspect you should make that your priority.
Okay. All right.
All right. What's everybody else doing?
It's been 2 hours since you did the helicopter thing, right?
Yep.
So I'm probably at the place at the beach house.
At the beach house. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. You get to the beach house. And Raph, you're there as well.
I am.
Raph, you may be there early, I suspect, to open up.
Yeah.
I'll get Vincenzi to take me once I've rung them up.
Okay. So you're going to ring these guys up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Vincenzi,
Yeah.
should you not find our dear friend, do you want to drive me around?
Yeah. Yeah, that could be a thing.
Yeah,
Do you want to make some phone calls for me? Maybe check out that chantry house, call them and find out what's going on with
I will do that for you today as soon as we get with the other guys. When I find them. Hang on.
All right. So you ring up. Which one of them are you ringing?
Belladonna.
Belladonna, your phone rings. Bling bling.
Hey, Raph. Sorry, I gotta get this. Hello?
Boss.
Donna
I
speaking? Yeah.
You changed
Hi.
your ringtone to something that goes, I'm a sex money.
Where are you? Because I need to see you.
Oh, could you perhaps come to Gary at this location?
What? You're in Gary?
Yeah.
You?
Yeah. Well,
What happened?
honestly,
Did
I
you fall out of a
expected
truck
you.
and hit your head?
I expected you to call me up a lot earlier than this.
Sorry, I had to fly the prince somewhere.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay.
But yeah, this is where we're meeting.
All right, I'll
If you can get here as soon as you can, that'd be great.
just give me the address and Vincenzi will bring me.
I'll text you the address once I'll text you the address once I've hung up the call. Okay.
Okay.
I clicked for him. At least I can beat Chase.
Okay. I'm looking at my phone waiting for this text.
I send the text.
Right.
Vincenzi,
Vincenzi. Yeah.
do you know where that is?
What is?
This address.
Oh, yeah, that's over in Chicago Heights. No problem. We can get there in a record time. I'm telling you, I know a way.
That's in Gary.
And Gary, the fuck, I got this upside down. Oh my god. Oh, okay, yeah. Ooh. All right, yeah, I know where that is. I can get there.
Okay, cool. Right there. Right, look. Yeah. Let's
Go a little
go.
faster if you can navigate. Can you read the map while I'm driving?
Yeah, okay. One thing
Right.
I can do with maps.
All right, not going to make you make any checks for that. You cross the city in record time and you get to the beach house. You'll be there in a couple of minutes after these guys start, okay?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So first up, we have Raf. The beach house itself has like a bit of a front yard that is about 30, 40 feet wide. It's got sand and grass growing through the sand in the front yard. Then there's the house itself. There's fences, wooden fences on either side. The left-hand side fence has got a broken piece of wood in it that's fallen down, and there's a tree there, some sort of fruit tree, possibly an apple tree, or whatever can survive in a sandy, shitty environment like that. Anyway, around the back of the house is a balcony and a front door, which is weird because you'd think the front door would be in the front, but it's not. It's on the back, on the side of the balcony. And then there's about 200 meters, no, that's a lie, 100 meters of small sand dunes, just sort of man height, person height, that roll in and out to the beach. And in your time since you've been here, you can make a perception alertness check, please, Raf.
Yeah, I was gonna say before Belladonna comes, I would check the place out, make sure no one's watching it or has
You
been.
probably noticed that there are knives not in the knife rack, but potentially in the wall.
The
That's-
knife stuck in the wall.
Yeah.
5 successes.
All the best knives are gone now.
Okay. What you hear in the distance is the sounds of some kids or something out on the beach, teens out laughing, talking, wailing, singing, having fun, basically out on the beach, 100 meters or so, just over the sand.
Cool. But no one's here.
Nobody at the house. Nobody seems to be at the house. House is empty. House seems to be secure.
Cool. Yeah, I just wait obfuscated until Bells arrives.
After a few minutes, you realize those teens are not going anywhere. They seem to be parked right out the front of the house.
Oh,
the
they're not
beach.
like on the other side of the dunes.
They are on the other side of the dunes. They are, but that is in a direct line from the house to the beach.
Okay, but like as long as they're not staring.
They're not staring at you. They're not in even an earshot of you because of the fact that you're inside a house.
Yeah.
But they are within the vicinity that if they decided to go walking around or something, they might come across you.
Yeah.
And I also point out that they're there because they are, of course, edible to you. So,
Yeah. Well, I think I'm good for tonight, so I just hang out obfuscated until Bella
Right.
arrives.
fair enough.
But I am aware of these.
You're
people.
aware of them. Okay. And Belladonna, you arrive.
Great. I park and I skip up to the front door and then knock.
Okay.
Well, the door facing the road.
As you're knocking, can you make a perception check? Perception alertness.
Sure.
Chase, you're driving through the city at the moment. What
No,
vehicle
I'm
are you? Oh, you're being driven.
Yeah.
No.
Right. No, fail. Okay. Then you notice nothing, and Raf opens the door, I assume.
I appear next to you on the outside of the house. I've been hanging out outside. And then I open the door for you.
Thank you. Oh my goodness. You know, you shouldn't sneak up on a gangrel like that.
Can't you smell me? I guess not.
By the way, the house is all bleached wood, so it's very pale wood.
Oh, nice. That's how I had imagined it. Are there still knives in the wall?
Yep. Let's see.
Haven't touched them.
All right.
Is there blood anywhere? Like, is
there blood
does
anywhere?
it need a cleanup?
Does it need
I
a
think-
cleanup? I don't think it does need a cleanup. I
think
don't
the only
anything
person
actually
that-
happened here.
I think the only person that had food, it was takeout pretty much.
Right.
Yeah, it was not in the house.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
The
This
house
is really
yeah.
beachy. There's a fish on the wall. So ocean like.
So Chase, you get there whenever you want.
This looks like it, Vincenzi.
Yeah, this does. Okay, this is the place. This is the place.
Okay.
Pull it up.
Okay, right. Okay, right. Do you want to wait here?
I can wait here or whatever you want. I can come and
I-
I can wait here, however you want to do it.
Wait here. I'll get Belladonna to see if, because she's got friends amongst that lot. See,
Okay, sure.
you know, amongst Lawrence's lot. Okay,
Okay.
all right. So just sit tight.
All right. I'm sitting tight. Sitting tight.
He goes in, knocks
Okay,
on the door.
Get to the door. Door knocks.
Open it.
Chase is at the door.
Chase, come in.
Hey,
Hey, yeah, come
Hey.
in. Take a seat, all right?
what's wrong?
We need to go to that warehouse. The wolf pack are going to be here tomorrow at the latest. So if we go there today, we could hopefully find out information about Prince Loden.
We got a slight problem.
What's the problem?
Vincenzi can't find Lawrence anywhere. And the people
Did you
at
call
the
it-
chantry,
you call them up?
Well, I thought you might, because you got buddies there. If you don't mind, boss.
It's fine.
They kind of make me nervous.
We're running out of time on this one here.
What's the warehouse?
Oh, the warehouse is where apparently Loden has tapes of himself doing criminal acts. And other people probably breaking the Masquerade.
Loden has tapes of himself breaking the Masquerade that he
That's what I've been
keeps?
told. I think he's probably a narcissist or something. I don't know.
We're just going to look, right?
But
That's all we're going to do. Look.
we need proof.
That feels like blackmail waiting to happen. Why would he keep those?
Because he probably gets off on the fact that no one will be able to get in there and get them. It's his security company looking after it.
He'll have a way of wiping those things, I'll tell you. If we
Gotta get
in,
in. We gotta get him.
if we
Where did you get this information?
Accessing information. We got this from I can't really say, but it's a friend of Juggler's.
And you're sure it's good info?
Definitely.
and we need somebody with more kick than we got. He's gonna have that place sealed like a drum. Yeah.
You just want to do
I would. Wouldn't you, Rat?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm very good at doing a wait, what's it called when you case a case? I'm very good at casing
Yeah.
joints.
Yep.
And I'll teach you
that is a
what you need to
great
know,
joint.
Chase.
Yeah, we
Thank
need
you.
to get this done because our Terrace will be here tomorrow. And I've called a meeting with all the gangrel and you guys can join too.
What are you
Whoa,
planning?
whoa, whoa, whoa.
What are you?
Sounds
what
just
are
like a
you-
gangrel.
Okay, what are you gonna do when you call a meeting of the gangrel?
Well, I've been meaning to talk to Terrace about Gus anyway. The circumstances around that. Not everyone has the whole information of what we saw when I first showed up versus what they saw or what they know. So we need to get our information sorted. And if we get this, we might be able to find proof that that Prince Loden is corrupt, and we might be able to find information about Gus, maybe where he is, if he's alive. I've been told that he isn't, but maybe he is.
And if this proof that Prince Loden is corrupt gets out, presumably he can no longer be on the throne. Who's first in line to replace him?
I think they'll have to
They'll have
have
to
one of
elect
the
somebody.
yeah, they have an election of some sort.
Yeah. But the thing that worries me, I know I seem like a chicken, but the thing that worries me is, one, if I was him, I'd have the place so heavily guarded. Two, I'd have the tapes rigged up so that at the push of a button, I could wipe the whole bloody lot all at once. That's what I would do. Let me see. And he must have cameras and more up-to-date cameras there, I bet you.
We gotta give it a shot. Like I don't know much about that sort of bullshit, but we gotta give it a shot.
I think we
Okay.
should go to somebody higher than ourselves. Obviously, they've already started investigating in Europe. Didn't Vincent say they started investigating in Europe?
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
is that just my imagination? I am Malkavian, I could be losing it.
You told me his sire. Wait, I think I know this. His sire came over from Europe, from the old world.
Yeah. Is he still here though? He won't be now, will he?
I don't know.
Well, we can
Well-
certainly case the joint without having to go higher up, right? Just have a look.
Yeah, I don't think having a look will be. I think that's a good idea, but I think we need to be a hell of a lot more. Because look, our people are disappearing like flies.
Hmm.
We've already lost Vincent. Now we've lost, yeah. So I'm starting to get worried.
Did you ask Loden or any of the Camarilla about Lawrence?
I didn't know Lawrence had gone missing until after the meeting with him.
Hmm.
He could be on a sabbatical on an island somewhere, for all I know. But Vincenti said the people at the chantry wouldn't talk to him, probably because he's Vincenti, but or a ghoul. But they might talk to you, boss.
Yeah.
What's your priority, both of you? The warehouse or
I think
Lawrence?
looking at it is no harm. I think casing it is no harm, but I don't think we're big enough to attack it.
For me, my priority is the warehouse. I've seen a lot of like Prince Loden bending the rules. Like he took video footage of me as a wolf attacking a vampire, and the vampire was obviously attacking me too. He had footage of that.
Yes.
That's masquerade breaking.
And you saw this footage? You saw Loden filming you?
He wasn't there filming me, obviously. He has people, and that was also in Gary. That's not even his jurisdiction.
That's fucked up.
Honestly, I have no bad feelings towards him yet, because I don't know the truth. But I do kind of. I want to know the truth. I want everyone to know the truth, so that we can all be informed.
Yes, I agree. I agree with you. They need to know the truth. You are right.
When I had a chat to Randy about Gus, from what I know, I saw Gus alive with his ribcage open, and he had been staked at that point. We've been told that he's been tortured and he is apparently dead. I mean,
who is Gus?
Gus is a Gangrel member, or is, I don't know. When I first came in here, came back to Chicago, Perez said that he said that Gus was dead. Then we saw him with his chest open. He was still alive. And then I went to Randy saying that that Gus was apparently he joined the Sabbat of his own accord, but Randy says that that can't be the truth. So honestly, I'm confused, but I'll always side with the gangrel. I believe in what Randy has to say. I think if Gus is out there, he didn't make the choice. So I want to go and find this information. And
But if
swear to
you-
God, if you guys aren't going to join me, I'm going to do it myself.
That's the thing, though. If you do it wrong, we all lose, including Gus.
Yeah, I get it. You're being negative. If
No,
you
no,
can think
I'm
of
being-
positive things to say,
I'm-
that would be wonderful.
I'm being realistic, Princess. The thing is, people just disappear. And you're very capable, but you can disappear too.
I can't disappear. I don't have obfuscate.
You know what I mean. You know what I mean. And I think we should case the joint, find out all we can about it.
Yeah,
But
I'm in agreement.
We need to tell people in higher authority.
That's why I want to
this
tell the
place
gangrel
exists. Oh,
after we case it.
You're going to tell the gangrel.
But we need proof
Chase,
as well.
Chase, and with all due respect, if Loden is corrupt, you don't know how far down the chain that goes. So if you want to be speaking to people higher up, they might already be in Loden's
Higher up
pocket.
Higher up in other places.
Uh,
Everybody here will be in Loden's pocket.
mhm.
Everybody. The only two people I trust here are standing in front of me.
And Jimmy?
All right?
And
And I want to keep those two people in one piece.
Mm.
All right? Now, storming in and taking it is going to be impossible. We'll all be dead in a fraction of a second. But you're going to talk to the gangrel. If you talk to the gangrel, are you going to talk to them with Archon Terrace there or with Archon Terrace not there?
I want to talk to him with him there.
And when he says what you're saying is rubbish,
That's why we need the proof. And that's why I'm kind of hurrying up my my sentences here. I want to get this done. I don't think we will fail. I believe in us. I mean, the Wolfpack have already told me, like, you can just break in anywhere if you turn to a bat and go through the go through the air ducts.
Yes, you keep saying we can't attack the warehouse, but I don't think we'd want to, right? It's a get in, get the tapes, get out kind of scenario.
Exactly. Stealth. You-
Anyway,
he could-
let's case it
teach you
before
this.
making any oh yes, no, animalism is not turning into, that's a different thing.
Yeah.
My question, long term, broadly speaking, right? We're looking for the Sabbat. There's the Loden thing. I'm tabling that for a second in my mind. We're looking for the Sabbat, right? How many there are, where they hide out. What is the plan when we get that information? Do we try and hit each individual one as they sleep? Because it'll be hard to get them all in one night. Or do we wait until they're all in one place, like a meeting, and then so Sex Money alluded to that they have a van full of explosives and something big is going to go down on January 7th, right?
I would say that would be the Sears Tower.
Likely.
I would.
How
say-
many of them would be needed to pull off that operation, and how early would they have to get there? Is this just one lone bomber in a van? Because then that event wouldn't help us find them.
Russell, did I notice when I was on the roof, did I notice any kind of air protection?
Air protection. You mean like anti-aircraft protection?
Yeah.
Nothing like that.
Okay.
I well, if we were to go with like what the gangrel would do, we would have lots of people and we would attack as a pack together. Like,
And you'll lose the evidence just like that.
I mean, if this was the Sabbat, I'm not talking about what you.
You'll have to, if you're going to attack the,
Talking about the Sabbat or the warehouse? Just
Oh, I thought we were talking
Yeah,
about
we're-
the Sabbat.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
talking about the Sabbat now. That's why I'm confused.
Sorry, yes, I tabled the warehouse for a second.
Yep.
okay.
My other question: do either of you have access to tear gas?
The gangrel might.
I'd like to get my hands on some units. It just sounds like the storage unit that you went in the other day was just a lot of humans protecting it, and I just find tear gas a lot quicker than a firefight.
Well, we get to meet Terrace and the boys tomorrow, so you can ask them then. I'm sure they'll be happy to. You know them, right?
Yes.
Trouble is, we don't know where the Sabbat are.
Probably everywhere.
Okay, so how do we plan to get them to show their hand?
We already know their hand.
No, I mean show themselves. It would have to be something really like a meeting of all the elders for some reason. And we'd have to talk to the elders about cooperating with us.
It's taking time. If you guys want to talk Sabbat, that's fine. I'm gonna go to the warehouse and
You're
do my
gonna
own
get
thing.
yourself killed if you go in by yourself.
I didn't say go in.
Oh no, I'm coming to the warehouse. I was just curious about the Sabbat game plan long term, but the warehouse is a tonight adventure.
Okay, let's have a look at the
scouting it.
warehouse then.
Right.
Let's have a look at the warehouse.
I'm not gonna take my van, by the way. So
So
I'm
how are
probably
you
gonna-
traveling then to the
I'm
warehouse?
probably
I
gonna.
have a motorbike.
I've got Vincenzi outside.
Sweet. If you if you could teach me how to ride your motorbike, that'd be great. Because Randy's been like on my back about learning. So
Wait, you're a gangrel and you don't know how to ride a motorbike? Yes, I will help you with this.
Okay. Sweet. I
Okay.
know that they put on like this stern face whenever they drive.
Yes, if you don't do the stern face, the motor won't go. It's
Right.
it's quite high tech.
Right.
It's like red cars go faster.
Red cars go faster.
Right. So you get your shit together, you travel.
Yeah.
Who's going? You're going on the bike. You're going in the car.
Oh,
You're
I
gonna
was just
get
gonna
a-
go and like
you gonna go in
actually
the car
no,
as well?
I'll take the bike. Yeah, I'll take the bike. I don't want to be
Take the bike.
stranded. I'll get on the bike.
Okay. So you travel north, following the freeway, basically, and then
Wait,
you
Bells, are you
You want
do
me
you
to
wanna
drive?
ride? Do you wanna ride?
Yeah.
On the back.
Yeah. Let's go.
All right.
Yeah.
Are you following Vincenzi, or are you taking your own route? Or is
I'll
Vincenzi
just follow.
following?
I'm following them.
Okay.
Am I?
Sure.
Unless Bells is directing me.
I don't know if
Well-
Bells knows the way. Vincenzi knows the way.
Yeah, we'll
Sure.
follow him. He knows. He's got the map.
He's been there before too. He's been there during the daytime.
Vincenzi,
Yeah.
you've seen
Huh.
that warehouse.
Yeah. No.
Were you a soldier once, Vincenzi?
Sorry, what?
Were you ever a soldier?
No. I spent 30 years in the Chicago PD.
All right. Speaking as a cop,
No.
how would you take that place?
You want to take the warehouse?
How would you if you had the choice?
Well, you'll see it in a minute. You're going to notice that they got some pretty thick walls around that place, first of all, and they got the whole place covered by security cameras from inside the perimeter. I suspect they got more security cameras across the road, and they may have actually taken over some of the shops and buildings in the near vicinity. I don't know. That's just a guess.
Okay.
However, inside that place, it is a bit of a fortress. They got an entrance downstairs at the back. I could see that just from climbing up into the. Do you see the parking lot over there? It's the 5-story lot. I went up there a couple of days back, or yesterday during the day.
Yep.
I took some photos. I got them there in the bag in the glove box. I was going to show them to Lawrence, but he's not around, so I guess I'll show them to you.
Okay. Give me a look.
So yeah, you got any word on where he is, by the way?
At the moment, she's busy. She's focusing on something else at the moment.
Look,
But
I don't
fairly-
want to be, that guy or nothing, but, I don't want to get jerked around, I need to know what the fuck is going on. I'm worried about Lawrence. You
Yeah,
should be worried about him too, honestly.
I am worried about him.
All right, well, what can I say? Okay, well, anyway,
dude.
this is the place here. We're driving along the perimeter. You can see it here. It's quite a low, flat building that's actually lower down than the height of the fence. And you know what that tells me?
What does that tell you?
Tells me that most of this motherfucking construction is underground. Now, I had a look at some of the what do you call them, the blueprints and shit like that were available on the city down at City Hall.
And there were pieces missing?
Oh, this place is fucking classified.
Classified. That's what I thought.
And I the thing that's interesting about that is there's only a couple of agencies in the United States that have the ability to do that. And I don't know which one it is, but somebody classified this site. So yeah, I have heard a couple of times that there's been like old bomb shelters and shit like that are still classified. So it could be a case of something simple like that.
Okay. Yeah. So, from my old Vietnam days,
Oh, you were in
just-
Vietnam.
that just tells me that anybody trying to hit this place in a normal way would get massacred.
Well, I mean, it looks to me like they got guards, security vans parked up there. I mean, I don't know what you think is in here, but it looks to me like they got some kind of like nuclear fission material or something. I mean, God.
Shit. Oh.
Security Corp is all over this, all over it.
There must be a way around it. There's a way around everything. Just got to think of it.
Okay, well, whereabouts is everybody now? Because you guys are on a bike.
All right. We'll park in a place that well, we'll go round it because I don't want to be staying here.
All right, you go around the whole place and you
Yeah.
scope it out from
Yeah.
a couple of angles.
Yeah.
And basically, it's between two freeways, where two freeways intersect, and it's just underneath those two freeways and out a little bit. You drive around the whole place, and you get a bit of a view of the whole place. And the highest angle that you can see there is this low, squat building with no windows. Yeah.
And solid as hell, huh?
Solid brick. It's made of brick. It's made of stone.
Yeah.
And it has a brick fence around it too. That's a sort of slanting fence on one side.
Yeah.
It looks like it's designed to take the impact of a truck or something. You actually know what these are for. They're anti-terror barricades designed to stop vehicles from crashing into walls.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. They used to do that kind of thing in Vietnam as well.
Right.
Put all sorts of things.
So where do you guys get together to talk about what you have seen and are going to see? Do you all
What
get
about
in a vehicle or something?
What about the top up location thing? The car park
Sure. Okay.
was quite high.
All right. So you guys go up there. You go up to the top of the parking lot. Get to the top. Stop up there, and you can see from where you are. The best view you're going to get is about 5 floors high. Gives you a view over the wall into the complex. From here, Vincenzi has some binoculars, which he hands to you. There you go.
I declined them. I'm gonna start taking off my kit.
Oh, look, I got a question. Look, I don't know what you're doing
Yeah?
exactly, but I got a question for you. Do you know Lawrence Harrington? You know the guy Lawrence? Yeah, he's my
Yeah, of
guy,
course.
right?
Yeah.
Can you give him a call? I want to know what's going on. Like, where's that guy? I haven't seen him all day. I haven't seen him all night.
You try his phone?
Yeah, I tried his phone. He's not answering for me. Maybe you know
Okay.
one of his friends or somebody at that. What do they call that place? The Chantry House or something?
Okay, I'll as I'm taking off my bangles and everything, I'm making a phone call to Garwood Marshall.
Garwood Marshall. Garwood Marshall speaking. How can I help? Who is this?
It's Belladonna.
Bella, motherfucking Donna. How the hell are you?
Oh, I'm great. Can you tell me where Lawrence is? He's not answering his phone as usual.
Lawrence?
Yeah.
You talking about Lawrence like Chicago Queen Coterie Lawrence? Is that who we're talking about right now?
Like Minerva's shield.
Oh, you
Coterie.
forgive me. Minerva Shield. You got a flash new name. I heard you got a grant from the prince himself. Is that true?
Yeah.
Is
Not
that
sure what
true?
we're gonna do with it.
What did you
So
get? Did they
much
give you like $1
money.
million or something?
Yeah, something like that. I don't really know.
Wow. What are you gonna do?
Um,
You gonna buy guns or something like that?
Oh, I don't need guns.
You don't need guns?
No.
Well, fair enough. You know, whatever. You could buy a nightclub. What the fuck?
I could. I have no interest in that though. So
So you doing anything right now?
yeah, just wondering where Lawrence is.
I haven't seen Lawrence at all. I haven't seen him here. I saw him last night. He was talking to Rick though.
Could you do me a favor and have a chat with her? See
Let me
where
if I
he
can
is?
track him down.
That'd be great.
Sure thing. I can do that for you. No problem.
Thank you. You're
You
the
be good.
best.
Be good.
I can't wait
Stay-
to party some more.
Yeah, we're gonna party soon. I'm telling you.
Okay.
All right.
So
Now get out of here.
Okay. Sure.
Click. Gotcha.
They'll get back to me. Vincenzi. They'll get back to me.
Thanks
have-
for making the call. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I mean,
It's okay. I
got
take
further than
my
I can
dress
get.
off. And my shoes off.
Just as you're about to transform into a bat, your phone rings.
So just stand there naked. All right. Hello, Belladonna speaking.
Belladonna.
Nyanga? Who is this? I'm sorry.
You don't recognize my voice over your
I'm
own
sorry.
phone.
I'm sorry. Hello, Terrace.
I am going to rip your fucking ears off and pin them back on again. I am going to Velcro them to your head. Now,
How can I help you, Tiber?
I am wanting a report, actually. That's what I would like. I'd like to know what's going on.
What do you mean?
Well, things have been happening, have they not?
Yeah, I think I told you.
Who is getting killed at your house?
No one. Well, it must be quite pretty where Barry is right now.
Yeah.
I thought I gave you one like yesterday.
Oh, well, I want one now.
Nothing's really changed since the last time.
Very good.
I
Well-
can't wait to see you.
You'll be seeing me probably tomorrow, I expect.
Yes. We're gonna have a get together at the ranch.
Are we just?
Yeah.
At the ranch. Very
Well,
well.
ranch. Yeah.
The ranch. Well, okay. I just wanted to make sure everything was kosher with you.
Everything is wonderful with me.
Excellent. Well, then I won't take up your time. Good night, then.
Good night.
Click.
Okay. That was just Terrace. Please look
Don't-
after my stuff.
Boss, don't
What?
get seen if you can help it. Keep away from the cameras.
Okay, I'll do that.
Be
And
careful.
I'll transform into a bat.
take the binoculars.
Off Vincenzi?
Yeah.
All right. Here you go. Sure.
I'm
Hands it to you.
gonna fly. I'm gonna fly on top
Right.
of
You fly out over the warehouse.
No, it would be on like Chase's head for the time being, just like pat
Oh,
him, and then
sitting
I'll fly off.
Lucky you, Chase. All right. So the bat flies off.
Yes,
Where do you go, bat?
I'm going to try and look for some like other entrances, especially ones that would be good for bat. Air ducts, other things.
Oh
Perception
my
and
God.
investigation, please.
Perception, investigation. Nope. Shouldn't I get like bat? Maybe I'll try echolocation.
No. You have a look, you fly around, you oddly enough, there do not seem to be any normal air vents like the ones that you've previously used. They seem to have some very advanced air filtration system. And they have you realize that there are refrigeration units built into this into the side of the warehouse to keep it cold.
Okay. Who do I see that's there? Are there patrolmen or?
Yeah, you can see about 16 guards presently on the outside of the building.
Okay.
There is a main guard tower that looks out over the entrance as well as the entrance to the building and the ramp that goes down under the building into the underground entrance.
Okay. It's gonna be hard to get information. Like, is there any place that is like you said? There's a lot of walls here that are quite thick, but are there any weak points?
Like ones that they just went, yeah, fuck it, we'll just make that wall easy to knock down and bats to crawl through.
Yeah.
No,
What about like
there do not appear to be.
What about like electrical boxes?
Electrical boxes.
Yeah, the boxes with all the fuses and the.
How close to the building? How close to the building are you right now?
I won't be too close.
Are you inside the perimeter?
Probably.
Probably.
Or at least, yeah.
Can you make a perception check?
Perception. Yes. Just one.
Just one. You notice that in your bat form, you have access to the audible spectrum that you don't normally have access to. And you can hear this high-pitched, really fucking annoying sound that seems to be designed to drive animals away from this location.
Fuck. Okay, I will go back.
All right.
And then I'm going to like go up to Raph as a bat, just like telepathically try and speak to him.
Oh, I have animalism.
Can
Hey,
you
what's
speak to
up?
me?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Translate.
Okay, cool.
I don't need to roll for that, right?
No, not to talk to
I
me.
can just talk to you.
To manipulate me though.
I promise I won't. What
Okay.
did you see? I
I
say in bat.
can't. Can't see a way in for me anyway. Not in this form. Also, there was this really loud sound, and I didn't want to be there anymore.
Can I hear that?
How close are you? No, I don't think so. Not at this range.
Okay.
Too far away.
I'm sorry to say this might be a long-term infiltration. I counted 16 guards on the outside. I don't know if we want to try and dominate or ghoul a guard. That'll be a long game plan, but unless some place like this probably has a backup generator, right? I was thinking if we hit the main lines, for the city block, but
What about like sewers and stuff? Nosferatu could with that, but
mm, do I know if there would be?
You
I guess-
know that your sire has many records on the sewers of Chicago.
what about Gary, Chicago?
Maybe you don't know so much about that.
This is probably really gross, but if you're a bat and also kindred, you still don't need to breathe. You could probably fit up a toilet pipe.
I'm okay.
How badly do you want this? There'd still be the issue of getting out. Yeah, I will call
Oh my
Kali.
God.
I probably don't want to ask that question over the phone, actually. Yeah, I'm gonna table that. We might be able to get sewer plans, but generally manhole-sized sewers don't run into buildings. Although we could possibly try and bore in from underneath. If it goes down, yeah, I can do this. Well, maybe I can get some information.
Where's your
Okay.
boy Jimmy, by the way? Doesn't he know shit about stuff like this?
Squeak, 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 squeak.
You are
squeak,
silent.
I
Silent.
try having a chat to Vincenzi and that.
Holy
Yes, he
night.
does. He does, but he'd have to get a good look at the place, and it wouldn't take. It wouldn't take weeks. It would take ages.
Well, you know, if you're looking at something like these guys are talking about drilling into the place, your guy Jimmy's some kind of structural engineer, isn't he?
Yeah, he knows.
Well, amongst other things.
He knows how to do quite a lot. Yeah.
Right.
But the trouble is, we'd have to. What did Bella? What did you come up against?
Squeak, 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 squeak.
Wait, I'll translate.
Translate.
Yes, Chase, there's a high-pitched noise. It sounds like it's designed to keep animals out or animals in distress.
Or vampires that turn into bats out.
Yeah. No obvious electrical outlets. They'll all be on the inside. 16 guards at least. And thick, heavy doors. I say in bat. With swipe cards, did you see anyone go in or out of the building? But they're
You
locked.
didn't see them do that. You didn't stick around long enough to see that happen.
Yeah, I couldn't quite focus.
Yeah.
Not with that high pitched noise. I did not like that.
So it looks like it's resistant to any kind of vampire power that there might be.
Chase, you can see auras. Can you see them at this distance?
Word, no.
Okay.
Not this far. I need to be closer. Yeah.
All right.
And I can't see them through spyglasses, can I? Through binoculars, can I?
With reduced difficulty, or with advanced difficulty, I should say.
I could try looking through the binoculars.
I hand them to Chase. I'm just
Okay.
curious if they're ghouls or
Vampires.
yeah, or none
Or
of the above,
Humans.
or
Or none.
humans.
All right.
Humans.
Chase Hamilton. Let's have a look at your character sheet. Oh. Do you want to spend any willpower points, Barry? Can't hear you.
I just got one back.
Okay, so is that a no?
One
That's a
willpower
yes.
point. One willpower point.
Okay. I'm gonna say that you spend some time trying to figure out who's definitely not gonna be a ghoul or a
Yeah.
vampire, so you can narrow it down.
Okay.
And with the glasses, after a while, you spend a long enough time there to realize that at least 4 of them are ghouls.
At least 4 of them are ghouls.
At least.
At
There's a
least.
couple of others that you don't even get to see that you're not sure about.
There's a couple of others I'm not even sure about, but yeah.
With the spyglass looking at the gates from this direction, unless they open the gates for you, you wouldn't be able to ram the gates down.
No.
And the inside behind the gates is a little kill box right up to the front door of the offices. And then around the side is where the vehicle entrance is to the underground location.
What's a kill box?
Kill box is basically a zone that is designed to filter you into a space where you can't shoot them, but they can shoot you.
Yeah.
Preferably from above and from multiple angles at the same time.
And is there a roller
Oh,
door at the vehicle entrance? It's not just open.
It is a roller door, yeah, that's exactly right.
Hey, Russell, you want to know where that was developed, funnily enough?
Kill box?
Yeah.
Rome? No, earlier than Rome.
Yeah, it was developed earlier than Rome, but they used it in Vietnam as well.
Right. You're obsessed, my friend, with Vietnam. Obsessed.
I'm gonna go back to the
Charlie's obsessed with
Matuzzi's car.
vampires.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm gonna go back to his car and like come back to myself, put my
Alright.
clothes back on.
Put your clothes back on.
Yep.
Yeah. Very good. You do
And
that.
there's no skylights, or the roof is just solid.
No. Nothing like that.
So the roof is solid and flat,
The roof is not actually flat, it's curved.
or like a dome.
Like a long curved half tubular shape.
Oh, okay, got it. This place is a fortress.
Well, I did think that this was going to be tougher than what I hoped it would be. But so like when we go to the gangrel tomorrow, I will say only parts of this. I will say what I know about Gus.
The only other thing I can say about this place off the bat is that it looks like it's actually constructed fairly recently. Some of the construction waste and materials are still round the back off site, just behind the location in a scrapyard.
Maybe we should call it for a
Lays-
night.
You see the waste laying in that scrapyard, leaching chemicals into the water table.
Makes me
So the fence
so pissed
is just solid concrete
Yep,
fence with what, barbed wire on the top.
yep.
How tall?
Well, it's designed to stop vehicles and people climbing over it. So I'm going to say it's 16 feet tall.
Yeah. See, the problem isn't getting into the compound. The problem is them not knowing we're there.
Definitely.
You'll notice that of the 16 feet top, the top 4 feet are flat and thinner.
Well, perhaps it's not just tapes he has. Perhaps he's got it like stored on like a computer or something. If
You know what they say?
if he has like a kill switch for it all to raise everything, then perhaps it's connected to something we could hack into. And I don't know how to do that, obviously. I came from the 70s where we didn't really care.
I mean,
I'll take all this stuff to Jimmy and see what he can come up with.
yeah, I mean so there's physically getting in the location if we want to, trying to hack remotely, in terms of physical security, the weakest link is always people either bribing someone or dominating them. I mean, if we found a head guard and you could dominate them, there'd probably be a ghoul though or a kindred. But if there was someone who could get in and out, grab the tapes for us, we wouldn't need to go in.
There is one person that goes in and out. Nobody questions it at all. The prince.
Can I use Mask of 1,000 Faces to look like someone specific?
You can, but it takes very, very high dice rolls to achieve.
Or probably if
And-
you look like shit or not.
They'll get you on camera.
Yeah, they'll see through that unless you hide your face.
No, what I mean,
If you could do some groundwork on him to make him look more like Prince Loden, but then have something obscure him, like a bat on a camera or something. like what we did with the other warehouse. I just sat on the camera trying to protect you.
I'm not very good at the masking yet.
I work for him, so what I'm hoping is someday, because if he wants to keep this stuff, it's for his own amusement.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's so he can get a thrill out of it. So he must come here to see it every so often, and maybe I'll get lucky enough to be the pilot on one of those trips.
Is
Yeah, I
there a
guess
helipad?
Is there a helipad? Good question.
Yeah, that was going to be a good one.
There's no helipad.
No helipad, so he doesn't come here by helicopter. If he comes
Maybe not
here
yet.
ever.
So my last question is, if we got these tapes, they're tapes of Prince Loden breaking the Masquerade on camera, but we know that they're ones that Loden has taken and kept. But if we showed them to other people, how are they going to know that we didn't film it and make the video ourselves, right? How are we going to convince them that Loden's been doing this and holding on to them? Because otherwise he might just point at us and say, well, they filmed me doing vampire stuff. That's a Masquerade breach, and it's our heads on the line.
Because there's more than one person that knows about it. They just don't have the proof. For instance, Vince and his sire were up to something. I don't know what it was. I'd have to find out who Vince's sire was and have a meeting with him. The lady that came to us with this information in the first place. And
Mel
the
Davis.
stuff. Yeah, Malt Davis. And I'm sure if we went around the different...
I tried not to mention her, by the way. So you said that out loud.
Okay.
That's
Just shaking my head.
because I cued him. It's not his fault.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's those people, but if we went around ourselves and did interviews with certain people, I'm sure there are people that are scared to say anything. Vampires that are scared to say anything, that survived some of the events and could give us actual testimony.
So who's gonna take me back to my van?
I can. One moment. The retainer that's here. What's their name? Who is it?
Vincenzi.
Yeah.
Vincenzi.
Yeah.
You were talking about looking into blueprints for this location.
Yeah, well, I mean, I looked into some blueprints for the location, and a lot of these blueprints here are classified.
But you have access to blueprints.
Well, I got access to City Hall blueprints during the daytime.
Oh, there's a complex, a water tank in Gary, which I would like blueprints to. Can I just get that from City Hall?
Yeah, I can get those for you if you want. Now,
Yes.
You're going to have trouble getting in there, my friend, because it's only open between the hours of 7 and 4 p.m.
Wait, is this the address that you were stationed at yesterday?
Yeah, yeah.
Any unusual activity?
Well, I wanted to talk to my friend about that, but nobody seems to be able to get hold of him.
Is it something you'd be willing to share with us, or you
Well,
feel
he
like you
told
can
me to
only
tell
us?
him if anything was to come up and blah, 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 blah. You know how it goes. And I mean, look, if he turns up in the next 15 minutes and I've told you all of this shit, he's going to be like, why did you tell them this? You know what I'm saying? So I got to keep my mouth shut for now. So you find him, and then maybe we can find out. I can tell you what I saw. I mean,
Why would he keep
I'm not sure it's
secrets
anything.
from us for his coterie?
Well, that's a good question, isn't it? But I've heard it from his frickin' sire. What is her name? Ericto. That lady told me I have to do exactly what he says, or there will be trouble. So
So exactly what he says is to hide secrets from us.
what? Yeah. Listen, you got no idea the kind of secrets these people are hiding from you. Okay, so yeah, they're hiding secrets from you. Okay, they're already hiding secrets. You're probably hiding secrets from them too, if that's anything to go by. So let's be honest, you're all vampires here. You're all hiding freaking secrets.
Out
Tell
of
me
game,
I'm lying.
question for Russell.
Yes.
Do I know? I think I would know this, right? If a Nosferatu has a mortal ghoul, a human retainer, does that person change in physical appearance Nosferatu-esque? Or do they continue to look like, if I was to get myself a human retainer, would they start changing physically and it would be quite obvious?
It would not be obvious, but they might have like eczema or some. They might start developing itchy skin and flaky scalps, and it might over time start to become a little bit more obvious. But it would never get to the point of Nosferatu obvious.
Right. No one's gonna look at them and be like, "That's not a fucking human." Okay.
Yeah.
So I
They'll always
can.
be a human. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
They'll
I
be-
could have a. Okay. Cool. Thank you. Yes.
Unless
I
you
think I'll
take
need to
some
get
sort of
myself.
floor or something that we could design especially for you.
I think I need to get myself a ghoul. Are you able to get those blueprints?
Yeah, sure. I can get blueprints for you. Whatever, anything that's legal, I can do that. If you need contacts with the cops, I know cops. I know. I mean, fuck. When I left the Chicago PD, do you know who was the head of the Chicago PD board at the time? And of course you don't. You wouldn't know. How would you know? Anyway, he explains and he tells you, and he's connected up the wazoo with big people.
Right. He knows people who knows people.
So
yes,
he claims
thank
anyway.
you.
He at least
Just
claims.
just the blueprints for this water tank. That would be fantastic.
Right, I'll
And
do my best.
We will look for Lawrence.
Now, as for this place that you are looking at right now, look, I don't know about blueprints for it. I can't get none of those, but I know it's classified. There's a couple of reasons that a place like this might be classified, and I can tell you one of them is that it was likely designated as a bomb shelter back in the 40s, 30s, 40s, 50s, something like that.
Okay.
Now, they might have taken the blueprints away because of that. Quite likely. And I don't know, sometimes they still purchase places like this. Who knows what these vampires are doing pulling strings? Who knows?
Okay, thank you. Belladonna, you wanted to go back to your van?
Yeah. Yeah, table this for the time being.
Cool. All right.
Are
I'll
you
get
guys
on
free for tomorrow night? Like gangrel party?
Oh, yes.
I mean, you
I
must
was very
be.
confused. I thought you were asking about Barty in Human World. You're asking Wrath in Game
Yeah.
World. Sorry, that makes a lot more sense. Yes, I'm free tomorrow night.
Wow.
Yes, it'll be good to
Excellent.
see Tyrus again.
And
So
And the
out of game, we've got 30 minutes approximately of game time left. What do you want to do with that 30 minutes? We can cut to tomorrow night.
tomorrow night, let's go. Gangrel
Or does
party.
anybody else have anything they need done?
Just on the way back, dropping Belladonna off, I swing by. I park kind of far away from the water tank. and use unseen presence and go and fetch my rat.
Okay.
And
He's invited too.
so you just see a rat by itself come back to the motorbike, and then I appear and lift them up, and I say in animalism, I guess you could probably understand. I just ask Riff, what did you see today?
He said that a young boy on 2 legs came to visit the water tank and climbed the ladder to the top.
He sounds a bit like David Attenborough.
Here we see a young
David
boy.
Rattenborough.
And so
Yeah.
young boy came here into the water tower at Gary. You can
Perfect.
see the boy climbing the ladder now. When it
Oh,
reaches the top, it will display its plumage so that the etc. Anyway,
just
I
was
love
this
him.
just a kid messing around, or
you don't think that the rat has enough
you have
intellectual
no idea?
capacity
You're okay,
to
cool.
really gather that kind of information?
Yeah, it's all good. Thank you.
Vincenzi, Vincenzi,
Sure, what?
I've
How
got
can
an
I help?
idea.
No idea. Oh,
See if you can find
yeah. What?
you know how people collect things from the past,
Sure.
and they can collect all sorts of crap.
What are you looking
See if
for?
you can find somebody who would collect stuff like old bomb shelters from certain times.
Collect bomb shelters? What do you mean collect
Yeah, the
bomb
maps
shelters?
of bomb shelters and
Oh,
stuff like
maps
that.
of bomb shelters.
Yeah.
Right. Fuck. Right. Of course. Okay.
And see if you can find somebody who's collected.
Well, I'll
say-
have a look into that. Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I want to say, and Vincenzi,
Yeah.
if worse comes to worse, I sure would like you to work with me if worse comes to worse, but I'm hoping not.
Well, you know what? I was there when you were talking to that guy Benson,
Yeah.
and the other one, the security guard, the security lady. What's her name? Julia.
Yeah.
Is that her name?
Yeah, Julia.
And I got to tell you, I listened to that conversation. I stood back and I was listening very carefully, Mr. Hamilton, and I would be honored to take you up on that offer on the grounds that our friend, my Domitor, is in fact incapacitated or otherwise not in the play.
Okay, but I'm hoping the other way.
Well, let's not jump to conclusions. It's only been 1 day.
Yeah, I'm sure Belle will find out something for us. She's clever that way.
Right.
Okay. So,
There's one more thing I'd like to do tonight.
Yep.
I go back to kind of the general area in the sewers where I've been hanging out and knock for El Elizabethia.
Okay. After the customary amount of time, she opens up this door and she looks at you. Well, look who is here. Do come inside. She opens up this curtain, pulls you in. One of her eyes is very sort of off center to the other. You notice this about her. She's almost bald too. She looks like she might have been a Chernobyl victim or something. She seems to have had a lot of hair loss. It's not very, what's the word? Symmetrical, I guess will do.
How's your night been? Have you been following us again?
My night, yes, I have followed you some places, yes, and you've been so many places.
The last place, what? Let's speak frankly for a moment.
Of course, brother, speak frankly to me.
Prince Loden is
Our friend's prince, yes.
a liability.
She looks directly at you. You must be very careful what you say, brother? Even here, the walls have ears. She leans in next to your head. Speak to me very quietly.
That location. Do you have a sewer map of the nearest sewer systems?
The location, the warehouse that you're looking at,
Yes.
observing that place. There, once upon a time, there was a train station nearby. The sewer line intersects with the station, and the station has a tunnel that goes quite close to your warehouse.
Cool. Do I need any more notes to be able to find it, or do I know where that is?
All you need to
I
do is
told
ask.
you. I told you that your sire had information about this, but we can give it to Elzbieta, seeing as you're here, and she will show you the maps.
Yeah.
Things, and she's got all this stuff. She's been collecting it for decades, and she's taken this whole piece of labyrinthine sewer and turned it into just a big poster wall for maps.
Cool. I make a good mental note of that area.
Yes.
Thank you.
So welcome, young one. And so welcome to our city too.
And if there's anything you need, do let me know.
I most certainly will let you know. And if you can tell me where you're going in advance, it would be very helpful too. I am always there on command by Khalid to assist you. To keep my eyes open for your sake and safety.
I do appreciate it. We're meeting with Perez tomorrow, the Gangrel Archon.
Oh, and where will you meet with him?
Has Belladonna given me the location?
It's at the ranch. And
It's at the ranch.
I don't know if you know what that is or not.
It's at a ranch.
The Gangrel Ranch, yes, I know the one.
Lucian or something? Andalusian.
Andalusian Ranch, yeah, that's right.
Do we have any? I know I've been gone for a while, so technology has changed quite a bit. Anyone who's proficient in the hacking of computer systems remotely? I know some Nosferatu and other cities have been getting on board with that.
We almost had one perfect candidate snatched from us by the Toreador and the Ventru.
Yes, well, we'll have to do it the old-fashioned way. Thank you very much.
Of course, good luck, good luck. Here is another burner phone. I have a box.
I take it. Cool. Have a good sleep.
And you. Good night. So you leave.
I leave, and I cast Sleep Unseen.
Sleep Unseen on yourself as you go to Betty Buys.
Yes.
In your box, in your haven, which is...
I figured I've been sleeping in different locations in the sewers. I have a few spots that I've decided are safe. No one's gonna know. Sewer workers are gonna come across me during the daytime.
Right.
I want to be bouncing around a little bit to not be predictable.
Okay. Right. Cool. Very good. You do that. So anybody else have anything else, or am I going to cut to this party at the ranch?
Nothing else.
Party.
Party. Suck
Yeah.
bite. Okay. Belladonna, you're there first, of course, because it's the ranch. And you've been there for 15 minutes already listening to Rosa complaining.
Right, Rosa. Okay.
You have no
yeah.
idea how it is with him, you know. You really don't have any idea. He's like a fucking numbskull. He doesn't listen to anything I say. I don't know why. He makes me stay here with him. I put up with it week in and week out. You don't know. You would never come here. Why not?
I would love to come here more often. Are you inviting me?
Well, my fucking God, do you need an invitation?
Oh, no, not really. I have a lot of coterie stuff.
Oh, that's right. I forget about that. You're the Chicago Queen Coterie. You guys sank in the fucking bay, you know, whatever. You're not even from that coterie. You don't have anything to do with them.
We're Minerva's shield, and I was asked to do it. It was either me or you.
You're superheroes now, or what? Like Captain America? Is that what you are?
Rita, would you have wanted to join, or what?
Who are you talking to?
Not Rita, Rosa. Sorry,
Rosa.
Why do you have two Hispanic characters?
Because this is
names so similar.
Yeah, right. Fair enough. They have similar names. That's fair.
Yeah,
okay.
Rosa. Why? Like, would you want to be in the coterie that I'm in currently, or are you okay with me?
I don't want to be in any of your stupid fucking coteries. I hate coteries. I hate vampires. I hate all of it. It's bullshit.
Well, that's why I took it upon myself to be the one that did it.
You're fantastic. Thank you. We should all worship you now because you walk the fucking earth like you're like some kind of saint or something.
Why do you stay here?
Perception check.
Okay. 3. That's the highest score all day.
Big motorcycle noises in the background. Cruising. Rosa looks up. She's, fucking forget it. And she throws down whatever's in her hand, some piece of cloth. And she slams the door and she disappears. As you look out, I assume you're going to step out of the building, out the front, to see
Yep.
the parade arrive.
Yep.
And the parade is arriving. Now, Raph and Chase, are you here, or are you? If you are here, you've just probably been hiding somewhere to avoid Rosa's wrath.
Yeah. I definitely have been hiding somewhere to avoid a wrath.
All right, fair enough. So you might be in the other room. And speaking of wrath, where's Raph?
I'm outside, invisible.
Outside invisible.
Riff is having a well-earned rest today.
Is he resting in peace?
No, it's my immortal ghoul rat.
Right. Okay. Well, you see the coterie, the wolf pack turn up on their bikes, and so Tyrus gets off his bike and takes off his jacket. There's grease on one arm. His left hand is covered in grease. Takes off his jacket and he wipes it on his jacket. Fucking god damn it!
I'm just
Tosses
gonna.
the jacket. Jackie catches the jacket. He's like, "It's not my fault."
I'm gonna
Randy
lean
gets
it
off the
against the
bike.
post.
Randy takes out a packet of cigarettes and starts walking towards Bella. Sledge goes over and takes over Tyrus's bike and starts adjusting it with some tools.
Oh, that's.
Well, says Randy to Belladonna.
Well.
How are you doing?
I'm much better now.
Tyrus looks up at you, Barry, Chase, and he goes, "What the fuck are you doing here?"
I was invited, sir.
Right, of course you were. Turns around. Is our Nos friend still invisible at this point, or?
Yes, I'm about to not be. Anyone with Auspex 4 or higher can see me.
Okay. So among the wolf pack, you are aware that one of them, his name is Antheus. Antheus, you know to be a vampire. You're pretty sure he might be Archon Turris's childer. Not 100% sure, but you're pretty sure. He's got slicked back black hair. He looks like possibly Chilean or South American. Bomber jacket, that kind of thing. Mustache, thin mustache. He looks right at you.
I drop obfuscate. Antheus. Wait,
Looks across it.
we. Oh, my question. These are all the wolf pack that I met, and in Mexico, there's no one like. Is there anyone new here I haven't met before?
I don't think so. These are
Okay,
all the
cool.
same people. Yep.
Sweet. Antheus.
He looks at you. I see you there. I see you standing there. You think
Yes.
that no one is going to notice you when you're standing there like that, but I can see you.
Yes.
It's pretty good, but not good enough.
Well done. How have you been? How was the
Same
drive?
as always. Everything is always the same. We go to Mexico, and it's the same thing.
I left it in good condition.
Well, you know what happened when we were there. So you are still in one piece, I see, huh?
Yes.
He
I
takes out
plan to be for a while longer.
a coin and flips it. Okay. So what's happening? How come you're here? I thought this was supposed to be a gangrel meeting.
I see Belladonna didn't pass the message on. She invited us, Chase and I.
Oh, well, this is going to be interesting because whenever Belladonna does something like that, you can guarantee that there is some kind of fucking reason. Okay, well, okay, people, let's get together. Archon, are you ready? Tyrus turns around and comes back to the group. Are you coming then, son? He says to you, Chase.
I'm coming, Dad. I'm coming.
He looks back at you. What the fuck did you just call me? Did you just call me Dad?
I barely get away with Tear Bear.
He puts his hand on your shoulder, Chase, and he goes, listen, if I call you son, that's one thing. You don't call me Dad, all right? We don't talk like that. All right? You are at our fucking gangrel meeting, and you are a Malkavian, and I happen to like Malkavians, so that's a good thing. But, don't get so fucking familiar, all right? All right? Just saying, for future reference.
Okay, noted.
Does
You're
that
the
mean no
boss.
hug for me, Tyrus?
He spits. All right, Belladonna. You have gathered us here today in these joyous circumstances
Is Nyanga
to
here?
join together. Fuck, where is Inyanga?
Yeah.
Gotta wait for her now too. Jesus Christ.
Without like.
Is there anything to
trying
drink around here while we're waiting for Inyanga? Because I don't feel like standing out here for the next 20 minutes.
I'm sure Doyle has the pick of the rabbits.
Oh, I think I'll stand here for the next 20 minutes.
Without trying to get attention, I'm just going to graze my hand over Randy's.
Okay.
Yeah, just
Perception. You don't need perception checks. You hear the sound of a vehicle approaching.
oh, cool. Kind of vehicle.
It's a black 4x4. It looks like the sort of thing that American cops drive, but it's civilian.
I wonder if that's Nyanga. Does she
Pulls up.
drive?
You don't know. You've never seen her drive.
Wait.
But it pulls up at the ranch, and it's got smoked black tinted windows. And the door opens, and Nyanga gets out of the back.
All right, I'm gonna run up to her, give her a hug.
Ah, little one, thank you so much. Yes. Oh, good, yes. And you're looking very well tonight, too.
Yeah, haven't really been in too much fights recently.
Oh, well, that is so good to hear. We don't want you to be getting into fights. Now let us go and do this business that is so important. Everybody is
Yes.
here, yes?
Yeah, It's really, really nice to see.
Good, good.
I
Wow.
hope I don't piss everyone off though. I feel like I'm going to. A lot of expecting faces, a lot of camaraderie and friendship.
Jackie's sitting over on a fence post, beaming.
I'm looking at him like, what?
Say,
Sorry, Nyanga. Just give me a moment.
you walk
I'll
over
walk
to
over
Jackie.
to him. Yeah.
Hey,
you
Bella,
okay?
how you doing?
Hi.
How's things?
Yeah, things are great.
So excited to see you back here again, you know?
Yes.
Cool. So you got like some news or something that you're going to tell us or something? What is it all
Kinda.
about? What's
Oh,
going
well, I want to talk about Gus.
on? You probably don't want to do that.
Well, we have to.
What is going on with you two? Are you coming back? Says Inyanga.
We will in a sec. just go and hang out with
She
the
goes.
others.
She
and we'll
goes
be
and
back.
talks to Terrace. Where are you two, by the way, in relation to Bella?
I followed Terrace into the building.
Okay.
Have I got heightened sentences?
Heightened sentences. Certainly you do.
Yeah, I heightened my senses.
Heightened sentences. Very good. Okay, you can hear this.
So why shouldn't I say anything? We have to.
You're talking to Jackie right now, right?
To Jackie, yeah.
Right.
Smiley baby face Jackie.
You don't understand, man. You don't understand. Every time that guy comes up, Terrace goes fucking apeshit. You're asking for it. I'm telling you, you're asking for it.
Maybe I'll tell him after the meeting, one-on-one. Because I don't care if he goes angry at me.
You should.
I'll be okay.
If I had $1 for every time somebody said that,
What am I gonna say if not what I want to say?
you got to do what you got to do. I mean, fuck, I don't know, whatever.
Maybe we could toast to the fact that we're gangrel.
Toast to Gangrel. Yay. Okay, let's do that.
You gotta
what are we
give me
drinking?
something.
What are we drinking?
Oh, I don't know. Bunnies?
Yeah, where's Doyle anyway? Have you seen him?
No. Should we go find him?
Sure, if you like.
Okay,
But
let's go
don't
find
we
him.
have like a meeting to do or something? I mean, do
Oh,
we do
yeah.
that first? Probably should do that first.
But what I wanted to say was to do with Gus.
Well, you better go and tell everyone. Get Nyanga and Terrace to pull everyone together and do the thing then.
I'm going to be open and honest about this because I'm worried about a lot of things. I'm
What are
going
you
to just
worried
do it. I'm going to do it. Thanks for the pep talk. I
Okay.
lightly nudge him in the arm. All right. Worst pep talk ever.
Good luck.
Come on.
All right. And
So I walk in.
all right.
I take my heightened senses off. And
Good idea.
So basically, you're in the boardroom of a medium-sized. What is this place?
Stable?
It's a stable. Yeah, it's like horse treks and touristy shit like that as well. They do as well. And they've got a fairly substantial piece of land and property, which they have maps on the walls of as well. More maps, more motifs. And yeah, so it's a boardroom. There's a big table. So you guys kind of just collapse around the table on chairs. Yeah. Okay.
Did you guys take a seat? Because this is going to get juicy.
Terrace is sitting on one
boy.
side. Inyanga sits down on a seat. Antheus, Jackie. Sledge stands by the door and smokes.
All right. Everyone, I brought you all here today, and I'm really glad to see you all. I think, yeah, think the world of you all. When I first came back to Chicago, and fell in with this group, the coterie, the Chicago Queen Coterie.
Oh, you
It was
changed
a
your
wreck.
name.
Yeah, definitely, we did. We are now the Minerva Shield.
Wow, sounds flash.
Yeah,
I think we should change our name to something like that. Boys, what do you think about that? Wolfpack's a bit out of date now.
well, if you're losing Wolfpack, we're gonna take it.
We would take Wolfpack if you're dropping
We will take
Wolfpack,
it.
yeah.
Look at each other like,
We
"Boy,
will change on it.
no, you're right. Wolfpack's definitely better than that.
Yeah, I agree. So when I first got here,
Yeah.
and I met with you, and in Younger, you were very down about the fact that please don't be angry with me. You say that Gus was gone. Do you want to know where I'm going with this? Not too long afterwards, we were the Chicago Queen Coterie. We were taken to Loden's basement where we saw him. He wasn't gone. But what I didn't like about that, basically he was lying on a table. He was being tortured.
What?
He was, if you don't mind.
What?
He was being tortured and none of us were there.
What did you say? He was being tortured? By who?
By Prince Loden.
He was alive.
He was alive.
When was this?
When I first got here.
When you first got here. To Chicago.
To Chicago.
And you saw Gus alive.
I saw him alive. They were torturing him. And they kept him. I will. They kept him alive to extract information about the Sabbat. What Loden told me was that he made the choice to become a Sabbat member. And now, you know, like all of us know here, that he wouldn't have done that. He wouldn't have betrayed us. So Loden lied to me.
Terrace screams.
So glad that you turned off your heightened senses.
And then he throws the table over at the wall, smashes it. And then he storms out, taking the door off its hinges as he does so. You hear his engine start.
Oh no.
And then
He's not going after him, is
you
he?
hear him drive off.
Randy, come on, we gotta do something.
What am I gonna do? Fuck, dude's pissed, man. And Jackie's like, I told you shouldn't have told him that. I told you, goddammit, why don't you listen to me?
Because as a clan, we need to know this. And there's no sugarcoating this.
Where do you think he's going? He's driving away now. What do you think he's going to do?
I run
I hope he's not
outside
going to do
and
anything stupid.
I run outside and tell Vincendi to follow that bike.
I'll try. Fuck, I'll try. Okay.
Randy, come on, let's
runs
go.
and jumps in the car and starts it up.
I'm gonna try and like get Randy to do the same.
All right.
And I'll hop on the back of his vehicle.
Right.
Yeah.
Very good. So can you make a? You're getting Randy to follow.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't drive that fast.
Okay.
I probably felt ill after Raph was driving as fast as he did.
Well,
I'm a very smooth driver.
I reckon Archon Terrace wouldn't be Archon Terrace if he couldn't lose you at the gate.
But Randy?
Randy.
Second.
Oh. I think Randy manages to follow him for a couple of blocks before Terrace makes a break between you guys and a passing train and gets away.
I think if I see the train, I'm going to start turning into a bat.
Okay.
Be damned, my clothes. Be damned.
He's going past the train. He's not on the train. Just making that clear.
Yeah, but if we're, if
What are you
we're
hoping to
getting like
achieve?
separated in some way, I could follow him as a bat
How would you do that?
because I'm a bat. I can fly.
He's on a motorcycle. Goes
Ooh.
significantly faster than a bat.
You don't know this bat.
Russell,
Okay, that's fine. I won't bat up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Barry.
I ring up the
Mhm.
princess people and I ask where the princes having meetings at the court. Yeah.
Right. They tell you that tonight's court will be held at the Art Institute of Chicago by the lake.
Oh, that's really cool.
I ring up Belle.
Belle's here.
Well,
Oh, she's traveling. She's on the
Wait,
plane.
yeah.
you're a bat and you're answering your phone.
No,
She's
I'm
not,
not a bat.
She's not a bat.
Okay, I
No.
ring.
After realizing I'm not that
I
quick.
ring Belle.
Yep. Belle, your phone rings.
Hello?
Well, my guess is he's heading towards the Art Institute of Chicago.
Okay. Thank you. I hang up. He might be
Okay.
going to the Art Institute if he's going to find Loden. But then again, he could be going to the Sears Tower. I mean, I don't know.
You've got to.
I'm gonna make a call to Terrace. It's probably not gonna be answered, but
Boo 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 boo.
I just like knocked my head on Randy's back.
Yep.
Vincenzi, how fast can you get to the Art Institute of Chicago?
Fast as I can, man. I'm going as quickly as we can. You want me to start breaking the law or what?
Oh, was Chase in the car with Vincenzi?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought Chase was here with me and Vincenzi had gone alone. Oh, okay. Got it.
So
You can be in
how's
the
the
car
rest
with
of the gang
Vincenzi if
ground?
you want to.
No, I think I stay with the wolf pack.
Okay.
That's probably a good idea.
Okay.
That could be like fucking Bella.
Right. And you're all on your way to the Art Institute?
I'm
right?
staying
Well,
with the wolf pack. Are they going
Staying
there?
with the Wolfpack. At this point, Inyanga is mobilizing to head to the Art Institute as well. On Chase's suggestion, she tells you, Chase, that she thinks that's a good idea.
I don't know what I'm going to do when I get there, but we'll find out.
Right. So the Wolfpack get on their bikes. Inyanga gets in her car, her black car. Her ghoul, who some of you might have met in the at the Art Institute recently, in fact, drives her there.
Her
And
name.
when you guys arrive at the Art Institute, there are cop cars out the front. One of them's flipped over. They have bullet holes through them. There's ambulances arriving, cops being taken away in stretchers, guards.
Randy, we gotta go.
There's shotgun shells all over the floor.
I'm gonna go in whether Randy or not comes with me or not.
All right. And we're going to stop there for the evening. Thank you very much.
Drama.
I love cliffhangers.
That's what happens when you get a whole bunch of gangrel together.
Yeah.
I like
So-
Gangrel.
Gangrel.
There you
pretty
go.
fun. They like Gangrel too, to be fair.
Yeah, I love them so much.
Yeah.
I like the whole wolfy love between Bells and Randy makes me squeeze so hard.
Oh.
Does
Alright.
Randy not
Super
feel
cute.
the same, Russell?
Randy, well, I mean, he's an NPC.
He's pretty cool, man. He plays cool.
Yeah, I mean, Randy. Do you know who Randy is at all, Raph? Do you know who they are? The Wolf Pack. Do you know? I keep sort of assuming that you know these guys, but
Yeah, I mean, we worked together in Mexico, right? Like, I don't know if we were staying at the same place, but I think I've met them all and we've
right.
laid plans together and
But do you know who
done
they
some
are? Like,
missions.
out of game, do you know who they are?
Oh, they're a group of Gangrel led
Right.
by Terrace.
Right.
The Archon.
Yep. Yep.
Is that
So you got
right?
Terrace, Antheus, who's the one that saw you, spotted you with his
Yep.
slicked back, greased back hair. Then you've got Randy, who is an ex 1960s racing car driver.
He's really handsome.
Super. He's like he's basically Chad. And he's not the brightest or sharpest tool in the shed. He's a good shot and all that sort of stuff, and he's a stunt driver, etc. But
Charles is not clever to be honest, and that's why they're like bloodbound to each other. Almost.
right.
So-
And Randy's childer is Jackie, who is this kind of baby-faced kid who's a lot older than he looks because he's a vampire, obviously. Another stunt driver, but this time made by Randy. Jackie, from the story that you heard, Jackie went through some very bad accident, and that's why Randy turned him from some car stunt that he was doing at some fair somewhere in the 60s or 70s. And finally, Sledge is a good-looking blonde dude who's actually a ghoul.
Oh, yeah.
And Sledge, from what you've heard, actually comes from a really rich family, and he walked away from all of it just to go hanging out with these guys many
Legit.
years ago. Yeah. He's a mechanic. He looks after the bikes. He is the zen and the art of motorcycle maintenance.
Cool.
So that's the wolf pack, basically.
Instead, didn't bring like some food for everyone to have.
What's that?
But it was a meeting. It was a meeting. I should have had like appetizers. Should have gotten the rabbits, put them on a table so everyone could like hoe into.
Just
so I could
nailed them down on the table.
so I could really like yeah.
Little rabbit pen. Yeah.
I could make everyone well fed before they go crazy and attack Prince Loden.
Right.
I'm totally getting Terrace killed, aren't I?
Nah.
Nah.
We'll save him.
Right. Well, with that, I will say good night to you, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay.
I hope you had a good game.
Sucks there's 5 more days before playing
5 more days before
BTM again.
Well, we could,
Time to go to sleep.
throw in something else in the interim if you wanted to.
Oh, I has Wednesday.
Wednesday is free.
We could do our other game. Oh,
Yeah.
the Tomoe
All
I
right.
forgot- yeah, I forgot your character. Bodhi.
Phoebe and Phoenix. Yeah, my D&D game just got moved. I think we're doing Wednesday evenings from now on.
Oh, no.
That's fine.
Okay.
That's
Alrighty. Yeah, I was really spaced out. I had a fucking migraine that day, and I was
fine.
hopped up on Nurofen to the eyeballs.
It's still good. Wait.
Yeah. Anyway, it was all right. No.
Okay. Well, we'll leave
I
you to
had
it then.
fun dressing like an old woman.
That was awesome.
Cool. Cool.
Did you
Okay.
post that one, Russell? Is it-
I have to admit something embarrassing. I cannot find the video. I've been
That's
going
alright.
through my hard drive today. I posted 3 videos today, and I cannot find that video specifically. No, I lie. I did find that video. What I haven't found is the sci-fi game. That's what I didn't find.
Oh,
I did post that video. Sorry.
okay, sweet.
The
There you
sci-fi
go.
one
You
I
could
can't
find.
find.
Phoebe. It
Yeah.
won't be hard. It won't be
she's
hard to find her. Oh, she's a cool character.
Inyanga would love her.
Yeah, definitely.
They could have a relationship. It'd be hilarious.
Cool. I'm looking forward to next time. This is exciting.
Cool.
We'll save Turris. He's all good. We'll
All
get
right.
him.
Is he?
We'll get him out of here. Yeah. It'll be fine.
He overthrew a whole bunch of cop cars.
The shells are still smoking.
I was supposed to have like a really, uplifting, like we could do this, we could get together and do something about this. Instead, it's like, nah, don't worry, I got this. Okay, tourist.
Right.
Gets out of there. The fuck? How
Right.
rude.
Okay, guys. Have a
See
good
ya.
night.
Okay, goodbye.
Thank you.
Goodbye,
Bye.
goodbye.
There you go, Barry.
Yeah, they really don't know the outcome of that one.
I know that you do. I know that you do.
Yeah.
You'll have to be very careful with your metagame. I see you knowing things that your character has to learn, so you'll have to be careful with that. You haven't said anything or done anything that I think is completely out of character, but really close to it. You're using your knowledge of the game and my DMing style to your advantage right now. Almost a little bit too much. Almost.
Okay, well, I'll watch it.
Just be careful. That's all.
I'll watch it. Look, they don't take it as seriously as mind you, they haven't put as much time as we did into it.
No, they haven't. And the thing is too is that I'm taking events that we had and they are now out of order.
Yeah.
So the sequence of events is different. So where that particular scenario happened quite late in your story,
Yeah.
it can happen quite early in this story. So
Okay.
we'll see how it goes. Anyway,
Okay, take care.
you too, mate. You have a great night.
Bye.
See ya.